We can't put this on Jimmy, though. We can't put this on Jimmy.
Wait, hold on. You lost respect.
What did Jimmy do?
Yeah, what Jimmy do?
Yeah, hold on. Well, I lost respect for Dame because, first of all, I lost respect for Jimmy because he's trying to build a super team, and I lost respect for, and I don't respect super teams. I lost respect for Dame because Dame is a liar. He don't stand by his word. We all of us, and see, that's the thing. That's the funny part about Dom. Dom was always up here talking about consistency, but he don't want to be consistent with lame dollar. You know what I'm saying? And this is the fact. Y'all always preach the consistency on this show, and by what you say, y'all always preach that. Y'all always preach consistency on this show. Dame Dollar, his whole career, have been slandering other dudes in the NBA, taking shots at LeBron, taking shots at KD, talking down on Paul George, and now he don't went and did the same thing these guys have done, but don't nobody want to hold him accountable. Everybody want to say, oh, well, they ain't put no team around him. Nobody want to hear that. He came up small. When you played the Pelicans, when he played the Pelicans in the playoffs, and CJ McCollum was balling, and Drew Holiday was locking that ass up, he came up small. When they were supposed to win that series, they were the 3 seed. The Pelicans were the 6 seed. What about when he was in the playoffs? Every time he got smoked by Steph Curry, he played like garbage, and Steph Curry just washed his ass every single time. And in one of them series, Steph Curry only played 1 game. The other series, KD didn't even play. Well, KD wasn't even playing. And this dude got watched. Hold on. No. Because if Dame is supposed to be a superstar, any other superstar in NBA history, we would be calling him to the carpet for them sorry-ass performances in the playoffs when you lost. He called himself Dame Time, but the only time we seen Dame Time was against Houston and against Russell Westbrook and OKC when he hit the 3. Every other series, he played like trash, and nobody has held him accountable for that. But he's sitting around here pointing his finger at all these other dudes, talking about how they duck and grind, how they ain't like me, how I came cut a different way. My mama, my daddy, my grandparents raised me different, all this other stuff he said. And now he come do the same thing. And then here's the part that's worse. You was taking shots. You and CJ McCollum was dissing KD for going to the Warriors when they lost the final. But you going to the Miami Heat, you trying to go to Miami Heat when they just lost the final. And they don't been in 2 out of the last 4 NBA finals. So what is that? And then this is the last part I'm gonna put on y'all brain. If he go over there, right, and they do lesser than what they've done, what the hell they gonna say about Dame? He's done. Because now
the Celtics got better though. The Celtics got better.
What you done? Hold on, no. But you're not hearing what I'm saying. What he's done is
it's gonna be hard
he
to beat
put himself. He put himself in the grill, Bob. Because if he go to the Miami Heat and they do lesser than what they done, they putting the whole meal on his ass to say it's his fault because Miami, they was in the finals 2 out of 4 years, almost went 3 out of 4 years, was in the conference finals 3 out of 4 years. And if they do lesser than that, let's say they go get smoked in the first round or do something, Dame don't play well. Now what they're gonna do is they're gonna tell you what I'm telling you now. They're gonna bring up all these other times where he wasn't Dame Time in the playoffs that nobody gave him criticism about. All the times he got smoked by Steph Curry, the times he got smoked by the Pelicans in the playoffs, the time he got smoked by Denver without Jamal Murray in the playoffs. They're gonna bring up all that they have skated past and haven't given him no criticism. So you can sit up here and say, hey man, they ain't do nothing for Dame. They ain't do nothing for Dame. What the hell did Dame do? When it was time, what did he do? At least you can say one thing. When we look at other superstars, at least they was out there putting up balling and putting up respectable numbers. Look at Dame's numbers. Dame was out here shooting 17% against the Spurs with LaMarcus Aldridge.
You got him calling them lame time, but lame dollar.
Yeah, lame time.
It's going on 4 minutes. It's going on 4 minutes.
No, because this is necessary, Adamo. We tearing down a very good franchise.
Why is it necessary? Quick question. Really. Why is it necessary?
Keep going. Hold on.
Because they're going to come slander. They're going to come try to slander Portland and say they didn't do nothing for the man. When first of all, he never wanted them to trade CJ. He's still complaining about them trading CJ. So how you supposed to get assets when you trade CJ, when you and CJ taking up all the damn money and y'all ain't getting it done when you get to the playoffs? These is facts. You praise them and wanted them to go get Jeremy Grant. Now you leave when they keep Jeremy Grant. And I got them on quotes praising when they got Jeremy Grant saying that's what they needed. Portland has always been a franchise who drafted well and who put good talent around the team. In fact, you can look at Portland. They always were in the range of 48 to 54 wins every year in the Tough West. These is fact. And you can go back, and I'm talking about from the Bill Walton days, all the way through the Clyde Drexler days, all the way through when they had, before Dame came in the league, when they had LaMarcus Aldridge, they had Brandon Roy, they drafted Greg Oden. They did all that stuff where it wasn't their fault Greg Oden got hurt and Brandon Roy got hurt. But Portland was always a damn good team that drafted well, put great teams together. And that team, and Hilltown will tell you, if them dudes never got hurt, that was a championship level team they had in Portland with Nate McMillan before Greg Oden and Brandon Roy got hurt and had to retire early. These is fact. Then you double back. They drafted CJ McCollum. He was coming off the bench when Dame was balling with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then you run LaMarcus Aldridge out of Portland because you want to play selfish. You get to the playoffs. Y'all playing the Spurs. You want to shoot 17% from the three, but don't nobody want to talk about that. And that's why y'all got smoked by the Spurs in the second round, right? When they had a damn good team, when they was deep, they had wing defense, 3D shooting, and all that. And they drafted a young CJ McCollum that was coming off the bench. They raised him up from a pup. He ended up being a monster. They drafted a young Anthony Simons, raised him up. He ended up averaging 20, get a $100 million contract. All these dudes, y'all poo-pooing these dudes. They went and got a world champion for you, and Norman Powell came over there averaging 19 points a game. They had shooting for you, and Gary Trent Jr. over there, who was averaging 17, 18 points a game, shooting 40 from the three. They also went and got 3-and-D wings for you, one of the top 3-and-D wings on the market for you, and Jeremy Grant, a dude that a lot of teams wanted, but then nobody want to praise that. But everybody,
there's no way you're hyping the Portland Trailblazers' ability to put together a team. There's no way you're hyping these teams the Trailblazers have been putting together for Dame Dollar. There's no way you're doing this.
Well, look at the
This
fact.
is ridiculous.
Hold on.
These teams
Did Dame show up? Did Dame show up or not? Yeah, hold on. Let me ask you one question, Bob.
I can get behind you on that, but I'm not going to act like these teams
what are we complaining about?
Because these teams are not championship worthy.
Because he didn't
none of them
step
have
up.
been.
If he
I think both guys right. I think both sides both can be true.
Bro, this is crazy. Damian Lillard gave this team 10 years of his career.
Of trash.
Wait, stop.
11.
You win 6 minutes, bro. You win 6 minutes. At least give me a minute and 30, bro. That gave him 10 years of his career. 11 years of being a number one caliber player or being this number one player. There is nobody in this era of basketball, in this current era, that's given the team that much time to try to put something together. Dame sat there. He was loyal to a fault. We literally a week ago, people were sitting there clowning Dame, saying, "Bro, y'all sitting here not even trading the third pick. Y'all definitely gotta ask for a trade. Ask for a trade." The last 4 seasons, all people have been saying is Dame asked for a trade. And the moment he does, he's running from the grind. He's trying to be like Kevin Durant. Do you know why people like him?
Hold on.
No, you hold on. You went for 6 minutes. Do you know why people like him and CJ McCollum was clowning Kevin Durant? It wasn't because he went to form a super team. He went to a championship caliber team.
That's what Dame's trying to do.
Stop. Take it again. Let me go, bro. You went 6 minutes straight. Let me go. He went to a team that was literally 73-9. He went to a team that broke the NBA. If you send Damian Lillard to the Heat, they're still beatable. They're not unbeatable. They're not a guaranteed chip. People looked at that Warriors team and said, you know what? That's an unbeatable team. That's a God squad. There's no way you're beating that. That's why they were clowning it. You send Dame to the Heat, they can still get beat. They still can get beat. Damian Lillard, yes, you are right. He definitely 100% could have performed better in situations. He had series where he fell short. He had series where he could have played better. That's 100% correct. I don't disagree. But two things can be true. Dame could have had a series or two, a playoff or two, a year or two even, if you want to go that far, where he didn't perform to the best of his ability. But the Portland Trailblazers also were not a consistent team.
Well, let me ask you a question.
No, take it. Wait. I've only been going like 2 minutes. You had 6. They have not been a team to consistently sit and put the best talent around Damian Lillard. You want to talk about their draft history? Since drafting Damian Lillard, they gave you Miles Leonard, Marko Teletovic, Garrett Jarrett, whoever the hell that is, Jeff Whitley, you have TJ McCollum, you have Rondae Hollis Jefferson, you have Caleb Flanagan, you have Harry Giles, you have Justin Jackson, then you have Anthony Simons.
Rest in peace to Caleb Swanigan. Sorry.
You have CJ CJ Ellerby. Who is CJ Ellerby?
Yo, hold on, wait.
Don't disrespect CJ Ellerby. Don't disrespect CJ Ellerby.
Hey, don't worry. Hey, Ron, hold on.
Let's leave CJ.
Let me, Ron, hold on, Ron. I'm gonna demolish this nigga. I'm gonna demolish this Negro. I'm gonna demolish Biggie Smalls. Now let's get to it, right? So since you was talking all that talk, right? Now let me pump no brakes. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some pimping in it. Now let's go back to this once again. I got a question for you. If Dame goes to Miami, does that put Miami over the hump in your opinion?
No.
The Celtics.
So why the hell is he want to go to Miami then? What's the point of leaving Portland if he don't? If he's so hold on, time out. Hold on. What's that? You making my point? Hold on. You making my point, son. You making my point, B. You making my point, son. My point is Dame ain't that nigga. So that's why. Hold on. That's hold on. That's why Portland was underachieving. That's why Portland was underachieving because Dame won't that dude.
Ticket. If he goes to Miami, are they not better than Portland? Is that not a better situation than Portland?
Now, hold on. I'm gonna ask you this right now.
100%.
Hold on one second. Right now, of course, they went to 2 finals in the last 4 years. Hold on. But Damo, here's my point. My whole point is this, and you've missed my whole point. Damo, I come on here every day. You guys always talk about, oh man, you got to keep it consistent. Stand on what you say. Stand on what you believe in. Well, Dame has criticized and talked shit about LeBron, KD, Paul George for doing things one way his whole career. Hold on. Dame had his whole career to ask Portland to make moves to get better. Now you do it 1 week and expect them in 1 week to finally do something you should have been doing all this time? No. The problem is Dame. Because, again, Portland has a reputable reputation. They built championship-level teams. They had championship-level team with Bill Walton. Am I lying, Chilltown?
That was 50 years ago.
Hold on. I'm going through the history. Am I lying, Chilltown?
That's correct.
Okay, they built a championship-level team that just got hurt with Brandon Roy, Greg Oden, and LaMarcus Aldridge. Am I lying?
30 years ago.
Hold on.
Ticket. Don't skip over Drex and
Terry. Hold on. They did it with Drexler, right? Am I wrong?
Don't skip
40 years ago.
Now let's go. Hold on. So now we go in every era, Biggie. We're going to every era, right? So now let's go to this era right here. So now, hold on. So we going to that era, right? So with LaMarcus Aldridge, with Greg Oden, who they drafted well, and nobody knew Greg Oden was going to end up like that. And then with Brandon Roy, they had the visions. They had the great drafting skills. Hold on. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm telling you that Portland had great intentions, and they've always been able to draft and put great teams together. They couldn't help that team got hurt. But what did they do? They recovered and drafted Dame Dollar. So they put Dame with Marcus Aldridge. And around that team, you had a great bench. You had guys that I know you don't know about, like Rudy Fernandez, who was one of the top European from overseas. Hold on, let me finish. They also had a dude who was balling named Nick Batum that was out there giving work. And that's the reason why he got that contract after that. Yes, you don't know about basketball. Sit down, son. You in a different level right now. Because I'm gonna cook you. Then they had Wes Matthews when he was one of the top 3-and-D players in the league when he was averaging 17 points a game. Hold on. When he was averaging 17 points, I'm talking about then, he was averaging 17. Hold on. Wes Matthews played over there for like 7 years. So let me stop right there. Wait. Hold on, bro. Hold on. I'm about to put it to you right now. So then when Dame comes, they off the bat winning 54, 55 games a season. Off the bat. What happens? Dame played like trash in the playoffs and shot 17% against the Spurs from the 3 and got smoked in the second round. Dame was out there shooting 30% from the field, getting smoked in the second round. And then the next year, when he came out jacking up all them crazy shots, that's the reason why LaMarcus Aldridge left, because he seen what Dame was trying to do, and it wasn't winning basketball. They had already drafted CJ. Hold on. So they already drafted CJ McCollum. He was coming off the bench, and guess what? In one of them series they had when LaMarcus Aldridge last year, CJ McCollum came off the bench and was out playing Dame Dollar, the starter and the star. That's how CJ McCollum got discovered. So you need to learn your history of basketball. So then that next
Take it. Just go, keep going. But I need to let everybody else speak. So go ahead.
That year, when he ran LaMarcus Aldridge out of Portland, that next year, right? DJ comes up averaging 20 plus a game, balling. Then they put a nice squad around them dudes. You had two big men, backup big men. You had a two big men. Starting big man was giving you 15 and 10. This is when everybody thought, and Chilltown can vouch for this, everybody thought Nurk was better than Jokic at that time because Jokic was a baby and nobody knew anything about Jokic at that time. Nurk was out there giving you 15 and 10. Then they had off the bench. Hold on. Then you had Enes Kanter. Then you had Enes Kanter coming off the bench giving you 11 and 11 off the bench. Ain't no other team in the NBA had a big man come off the bench giving you a double-double that could score and rebound like Enes Kanter, a 7-footer coming off the bench. Then let's talk about this. Let's talk about the wings they had. They had great 3-and-D wings with Wes Matthews, who was giving you 17 points a game. Then you had Nick Batum out there, who he played his best basketball with Portland. You don't believe me? Ask Ron and ask Bob. They'll tell you, sucker. Then let's keep going. So I'm laying it out. They had all that depth. They had wing perimeter defense. They had perimeter shooting, and they had a big man and a backup big man that was giving you a double-double. And then they had two stars that was giving you 20 and a superstar that was supposed to close the deal. Dame never did. The only time Dame closed the deal in the playoffs was against Houston in that first round, Chilltown, I tell you, and against OKC when he hit the 3-on Russ and waved to him. Every other series, Dame shooting 17, 20% from the three, 30% from the field. He was getting smoked. CJ was out playing him. He went against the penalty and got smoked. Nigga, call him out. Nigga, he a fraud.
Damo, I'm going to let you rebuttal, and then Mars seems like he's having a good time with this conversation. Chill, too. I want to hear from everybody. I got SB, what's going on, bro?
Salute, man. What's going on,
how you living today?
This is wild.
Chilling, man. Chilling.
Okay.
Slow motion.
Because I forgot we allowed Ticket to come on here.
Let everybody get this off too.
I just forget we let Ticket come on here and blatantly lie about what we witnessed in the past. Yusuf Nurkic is on the Portland Trailblazers because the Nuggets picked Nikola Jokic over him. The Nuggets picked Jokic over Nurkic and sent Nurkic to the Blazers. So you lied right there. No, it was not universally known Nurkic was better than Jokic. They picked him over him. So
at that time.
At that time, Jokic was picked over him. That means there was a team who said, I like this guy better than this guy. Let's send him away. So it was not universally known that Nurkic was better than Jokic. Again, we're just lying. Secondly,
that's not lying. Go look at the scouting report.
Anyway, again, the scouting report.
At that time.
We're lying. Again, because we're lying.
Okay, tell me. Was Jokic better than Nurkic at that time?
Let me finish. I let you go. Let me finish. And now we're getting to the point of you bringing up Enes Freedom, bringing up that weak-ass double-double off the bench. Oh, my God. Enes Freedom was able to give you 11 and 10 with no defense, and that's why he's sitting here running from the Turkish government now. That's why. I'm not trying to hear nothing.
Yo, Damo.
I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to hear.
Let's keep it basketball. Let's keep it basketball.
You want to tell me?
Hey, this is the same nigga want the Lakers to play mobile.
Hold on.
Keep going.
Also, I give you that. Nicholas Batum was a dog. They did have, with that young Dame, they did have some good role players. They had some good teams. No one is saying that they didn't put good players or have certain teams around him at certain points in time. No one is saying that. But if you're about to sit here and say, for all 11 seasons of Damian Lillard's career, he had competent competition compared to the rest of the league, where you had teams stacking the deck, everyone moving, everyone coming together, that's where I'm saying you're wrong. Damian Lillard should not be sitting here getting criticized and scrutinized just because he gave a team 11 years in the era of players teaming up through free agency and trades. And he says, you know what? And What? Who?
It was two teams. Hold on. It was two super teams in the league. The rest of the league.
No.
Go ahead, Damo. No, Damo. Finish your rant. Go ahead.
I'm not just saying super teams. I'm saying stars coming together as well. Let's not act like Paul George didn't go to OKC and also have one of the best seasons of his career. He was top 3 in MVP or top 5 in MVP voting. He was a great player. He was a great player on that team. You have multiple teams, multiple players. We can go down the list of guys that came together to play while Dame sat in Portland and said, you know what? I'm not going to run from the grind. Talking like you, I'm not going to run from the grind. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for Portland. And he's sick of it. The man's 32 years old. How much more do you want him to sit around and wait for Scoot Henderson to develop into the next Anthony Simons and hopefully develop into the next CJ McCollum while you got the damn, what? You got the damn Suns who are in this conference putting together what looks like Kevin Durant's last attempt of a super team to win, because God knows he can't do it without Steph Curry, but we're not going to get there. We're not going to go there. I'm just baffled. I've spent 3 off seasons in a row sitting here listening to people cry about Dame not leaving, and the moment Dame says, I request a trade, I'm done with it. Look at Dame, he's a hypocrite. Bro, he's 32. He came in at 22. He's 32 right now. Give the man some slack. This is a business.
He didn't get Paul George no slack.
This is a business.
He didn't get Paul George no slack. He didn't get no slack when he started them. Hold on, Damo. And Damo, this is the problem I got with you. He didn't give that Paul George that same respect you want to give Dame right now. He didn't get that to Paul George when he was rotting in Indiana, when he was second best player was Roy Hibbert after got hurt and wasn't worth a hell no more. Danny Granger. You didn't give him that same heat for talking that shit about Paul George, nigga. You ain't give KD that same. You ain't give him that same heat when he was talking that shit about KD. You ain't give him that same heat when he was talking that shit about KD, nigga. You ain't say that. You ain't give that same heat when he was talking that shit about LeBron James and how the Lakers did Russell Westbrook dirty, and he was an all-star and a Hall of Famer, and it made the man go to the bench, and how he said the grass ain't green on the other side, and that's why he ain't want to go team up with LeBron and the Lakers. You ain't give him that same smoke. You didn't keep that same energy. So don't come in here now poking your chest out like Santa Claus, puffing and puffing and trying to blow the house down.
What did I say?
Yo, Damo and Ticket. Damo and Ticket. No. Hold on. Damo and Ticket. I gotta mute both of y'all because we gotta hear from everybody in here. y'all will resume this in a little bit, okay? But chill. Mars, SB, Bob. How do we all feel about Dame? Chill. I'm gonna start with you. What's your temperature on Dame?
About time. That's really all I have to say about this. It's about time. But the biggest problem that we have is his leverage. He doesn't really have any. And the reason why he doesn't have any is because when he I believe he had a player option in the 24-25 season, and he ended up opting in that. And that's when he signed his extension. So now that puts Dame on the books for 4 more years. He doesn't have any leverage. 0. Being on the books for that long, now he says, yo, Miami is my preferred destination. Well, he's been in Portland for as long as he's been in Portland. They're going to accommodate him, and they're going to look into that. But we got to make sure that this works for us, too. They're not just going to hand him over to Portland for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack. No, they're not doing that. They're not going to hand him over to Miami just for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack. No, they're not going to do that. This got to work out for them, too. However, with this Portland Trailblazer team, we all know Scoot and Simons, and Mars is a big sharp guy, but Scoot and Simons, and I think Grant, I think these guys are the future. I think these are the guys that they're building this unit around. So with that being said, there was nobody who actually thought that Damian Lillard was going to be there after this season, especially considering what they're looking at right now with this crew. This is not a championship crew. And on top of that, there was not one move that was going to make this thing a quick fix. They wasn't getting Giannis. They wasn't getting LeBron James. They wasn't getting Anthony Davis without having to give up something significant for that. So with that being said, about time. Now, the problem that Ticket is having, and again, 2 things could be right. The problem that Ticket is having is that Dame came out before this and said what he said about Paul George, what he said about these dudes getting on super teams, when he said all of that. Now, that makes sense when now he's asking to go play for the Miami Heat, who were just in the NBA Finals last year. Now, if they don't win it with Damian Lillard on the roster, this is going to very well look like what happened when Clyde Drexler got traded to Houston. Because remember, when Clyde Drexler got traded to Houston, before Drex gets on that unit, they were the 4th seed in the West. Drex gets on that unit, and they're below 500. and they're not looking good. In fact, they're down again 3-1 to the Phoenix Suns. If they lose, this is going to be all Drex's fault. Well, the same logic goes with Damian Lillard. If he ends up in Miami and they're able to hold on to both Bam and Jimmy Butler, if they're able to hold on to them and they don't get back to the NBA Finals, this is very well going to be his fault. They're going to look at him. But with that being said, about time.
Don't stop, Chill. Hold on, Chilltown. Don't stop. I disagree with you on that, but don't stop, Chilltown. Say that. What's his excuse gonna be now if they send him to the team that went to the finals and the niggas still don't get it done? Now what they gonna say, Chill? They gonna say everything I was saying right here on this stream. And the reason why we gave Dame a pass all these years is because he stayed loyal to the soil. He stayed in on the grind. So he wasn't trying to stack the decks and do all this other stuff. So he was preaching against that. Y'all talk about all these preachers taking money from the churches, preaching one thing and then taking y'all money. Dame do the same thing to y'all and everybody cool with it. Everybody like, yeah, man, pass the collection plate around. We gonna give it to this Steven-ass preacher that's walking around here with Gucci shirts, Gucci socks, and a goddamn Mercedes-Benz outside that costs more than some of these people's houses that's in the
Are you calling Dame Dollar?
Yeah, yes. I'm calling him Dame Creflo Dollar. Dollar. Yes.
So wait, Dame Dollar, Creflo.
Hold on, and I'm gonna say this. I don't know if Creflo thief now. I'm gonna say that, but I'm gonna say one thing: Dame Dollar is a fraud because nobody gave him heat. Nobody took up for Paul George. Paul George didn't ask to go to a super team in Miami. He asked to go to a sorry ass Lakers team before LeBron and them was going over there when he left Indiana. These is facts, and he still called Paul George a chump and told him, "You niggas is ducking the grind. Y'all some chumps. Y'all ain't built like me. I want to beat every mother blanking super team." So now
nobody took up for. That's not true that nobody took up for Paul George. The reason why Paul George got the label that he got was not because he got on the crew, was because he turned into Pandemic P.
Right. Okay, but hold on. But Dame always been that. P.
And then he turned into Pandemic P.
Now
we got to be transparent because Dame Lillard, he does have some duds in the playoffs, 100%. But we got to also be transparent. So we can't leave out the fact that in the 2014 playoffs when they lost to San Antonio, that's the world champion San Antonio Spurs, who were just in the NBA Finals the year before, right? That's first of all. Losing to Memphis, LaMarcus Aldridge did not play well in that series. In addition to Damian Lillard, LaMarcus Aldridge was whack in that series. Now the 16 season, they go up against the Golden State Warriors, who had a bomb squad. Nobody can ever tell me that Damian Lillard and Steph Curry were ever on the same level. He always got outplayed by Steph Curry every time he went up against him. As good as Damian Lillard was, he always got outplayed by him. 17 was the same logic. Add that to the fact that team was beat up. I mean, I think that they had Turner. He had played 12 games. They had Ed Davis. He had played like 15 games that year. That team, I think they barely finished above 500 that year. Now 18. Now when they played in, I believe it was 18 when they got smoked by New Orleans. That was a dud, 100%. After the first round and when they played in 19, after the first round when they beat Oklahoma City, Damian Lillard was what Jimmy Butler was this year in the playoffs. After that first round, that's what he was, and he clearly got outplayed by Steph Curry. The problem that we having is after that season, they didn't upgrade the roster to get some more low post scoring because they didn't have that. Dame could have gotten better, and he had to play better. We all know that. He could have played better, and he did not. But they also needed to upgrade, get low post scoring, and they did not do that. Meanwhile, everybody in the Western Conference got better. Memphis got better. The Lakers got better. All of these other teams got better, and Portland stayed the same. Now, here we are in 2023, and this team is going backwards. I feel like Dame has played himself back into the top 10. The reason why I felt like he fell out of it is because he got hurt. But before that, I think he played himself back into the top 10. But this team is going as far as they're going to go with him. So what other option does Damian Lillard have? He's not going to get traded to an okay team. He's not going to get traded to a good team. Dame is going to want to go play somewhere where he's going to have an opportunity to win an NBA championship. Now let's take teams like the Milwaukee Bucks off the table, because if you lose Drew Holiday and you put Damian Lillard on that roster, number one, you're losing defense. We don't need 30 more games. You know why? Because we already got a 30-a-game guy. We don't need that many more buckets because we got possibly the best rotation player in the game. We got one of the better D&3 guys in the game. Him going to Philadelphia. Why is he going to Philadelphia? What's wrong with the 33-10 guy we already got? What's wrong with the 20-10 guy that we already got? What's wrong with the 20-a-game guy that we already got? Why does he need to be in Philadelphia? He does not.
SB?
Hold on, salute. What's going on? Salute everybody. Salute.
Stand on business, SB. Stand on business, homie.
I think like we overcomplicating everything because it's a simple math problem. What the problem is this. Yes, we all can agree that Portland has been bad and Dame should have been left. But you cannot give him a pass when he has been the advocate of anti-super teams, anti-stacking the deck. And that's what a problem. That's why Dame is getting the problem that he had because he was the advocate of this movement. So now all of a sudden, because if Dame never said nothing, because we all can agree Dame should have been left Portland. I think he should have left Portland before the draft. Would have probably made an easier transition to get what he wanted to, and the teams could have got the pieces that they needed to make him a championship competitive team. Mm-hmm. So if you've been an advocate for this move, that means somebody pressured him to it because all of a sudden, Scoot get drafted. Now I want to be here no more. Everybody knew the Portland Trailblazers taking Scoot. They said they was going to take Scoot. So now all of a sudden, Scoot get here. And Jeremy Grant get signed. Now you have a problem with it. So I just think that we overcomplicating everything. It is he getting the flag that he get because he's the advocate for anti-super teams. Now you finna go stack the deck. So that's why you look crazy. It's simple.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yo, Mars, how you feeling?
Stand on business, Mars.
Stand on business.
I love you, Bar. Stand on business, homie. Stand on
Mars,
business.
Ticket loves you. Now stand on business.
That's great.
Hey, wait, I got a question for Mars. You still a Rockets fan?
Yes.
Stand on business, Mars.
Like Cho said, it is about damn time. But like Ticket said, and something I said one of my first episodes on the show, Damian Lillard in the playoffs is a first round merchant. Outside the first round, he hasn't played well routinely, and he doesn't get blamed for it because people don't view Portland as a contender, which I guess makes sense. But if you want to hold him to superstar standards, then hold him to superstar standards. So I think depending on the lens you want to look at, you can say that Damian Lillard should have done better with Portland because he underperformed in a bunch of playoff series, and then you got the other group of people that are going to say he didn't have the pieces around him to win. I think both are true. I think he underperforms, but I don't think even if he did perform well, there was ever a year he was going to win a championship in Portland. And if Dame's biggest priority is winning a championship, then it would make sense for him to leave. Now, do I think he's just going to become an excellent playoff performer? Maybe, maybe not. With less defensive attention, maybe he'll start playing good. I don't know. But I do think it's funny for people who will crucify other people for stacking the deck, but then they won't crucify Damian Lillard, who's trying to go to a team that's made the finals just this year, and they were in the finals a couple of years ago. That would be ironic to me, because if someone else who was a top 10 level player in the NBA tried to join a team that was just in the finals, people would crucify them. But Damian Lillard, I guess it's okay. Now, I don't crucify anyone for the moves they make and what they want to do, because I think if it's your career, you go where you want. It's like, if someone offered me a job that was more beneficial, I would go take the job. That would make sense. I think it's the same thing for NBA players. But if you do criticize people for stacking the deck, you'd have to criticize Damian Lillard for doing the same thing. And that's why I'm fine with Ticket having this opinion, because Ticket has said he wants Dame to stand on business. He said he wanted to see it out, so he expects Dame to see it out. I don't blame Ticket for anything he's saying. He also isn't technically lying. Damian Lillard has underperformed a bunch in the playoffs. But the other people who think that Damian Lillard isn't really to blame, I don't blame them either, because I think they've been consistent with it as well. It just depends on the perspective you come from. Now, my perspective is Damian Lillard needed to leave, but he's also not completely devoid of blame himself, because there's a bunch of series that I think they lost mainly because of how bad he played, or they got swept because of how badly he played.
Thank you.
So I'm just somewhere. I guess I'm somewhere in the middle, just playing devil's advocate.
Hold on, Mars. Stand on that. They got swept when they were picked to win the series because Dame played like trash. Don't nobody want to hold that. Don't nobody want to hold him down. See, that's my problem with Damo. Damo ignore all that. Dame and them was a third seed in the West, the third seed, and got swept, smoked, ran out of the playoffs. And CJ outplayed him. All the role players did their job. It was Dame that played like trash. But we don't hold him. Anybody else, if that was LeBron James, we tearing his head off. If that was KD, we smoking him. If that was Paul George, we on his helmet. If that was Kawhi, we tearing him down. But for some reason, everybody want to put Dame on a top tier level and say he's one of the better players in the NBA. But then when he gets smoked, we don't want to hold him accountable. And he the one out here calling everybody else chumps, saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it my way." And Chilltown, you said something you didn't finish on what you said. The reason why Dame Dollar never wanted to leave Portland. That's why he never put a no trade contract clause in his contract, because he never had an intention on leaving Portland. He never wanted to leave. He always said he didn't care about the ring chasing culture. Go look at his interview he just did. He said he hated the ring chasing culture and that he was considering retiring from the NBA early because he didn't want to play like that, and he hated that. He hated the fact that people were switching teams to go ring chase, and he said he would never do that, and he turned around and did that. That's the reason why I'm on his ass like white on rice, sucker.
Yo,
just real quick.
Go ahead, Damo. Go ahead, Damo. And Shiloh, I know you really got something you got to get off today, so we're going to get to you too. But go ahead, Damo.
Please familiarize yourself with what I have said in the past about Damian Lillard. I have been one of the most critical people of Dame in the last 4 years. When he waved off the Thunder and then went and wet the bed against the Nuggets and got carried by CJ, I was on Twitter Spaces going crazy. I was on YouTube videos going crazy. I was on live streams going crazy, calling Dame a sucker. I didn't have Dame in my top 10 for I don't know how long. He's still not in my top 10. I have gone on record saying I would rather start my franchise with Kyrie Irving than Damian Lillard on a plethora of occasions. I hold Dame to the most craziest standards of all time, consistently. Please stop sitting here and say, oh, girls like Domo, but you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to come up here and say, oh, man, this guy Ticket and his criteria for Zach LaVine is crazy, because I don't know what you said about Zach LaVine, Ticket. I don't know all your content. So if you're going to sit there and assume I feel the same way about a player or I've said something about a player, do your damn homework. Type in that Damo. What did I just say? I never defended Dame's legacy, his game, anything like that. All I said was him wanting to leave. It's okay. That's it.
No. I'm saying, hold on. But you said,
that's crazy.
It's two things I got a problem with what you said. And this is the two things. What other teams, outside of 2 or 3 teams in the NBA, would you say had NBA championship rosters and they was moving around? He had another guy who should have made the All-Star team, and even Mars cooked on this. Mars beat me on this on that last topic we did on that debate show. What was that show we did, Ron? The King of the Court? When he said that CJ McCollum was one of the dudes that should have been. Yeah, when CJ McCollum should have been one of the dudes that was an All-Star and never made the All-Star team when he was putting up 20 plus every single year, and they're winning 54, 53 games in the West, sir. So these is facts. So just because CJ didn't make the All-Star team didn't mean he didn't have another player at that level. And then guess what? How the hell you supposed to get him help, sir, when you didn't want the team to trade CJ all those years? And then you just came out 2 weeks ago and said you were still upset that they traded CJ. Why the hell you supposed to get help if you can't trade CJ or you can't trade yourself? How you supposed to get help? Huh?
You could have traded Nurkic when his value was
high. Hold on. You said Nurkic.
You said it was a point in time where Nurkic was better than Jokic.
No, hold on. Time out. Hold on. Dame is on. Hold on. This is why you, sir, your ass is grass messing with me. I'm just on another level. Go look at what Dame said about Nurkic. He said he do not want the team to move Nurkic either. He loved Nurkic. That's one of his best friends on the team.
Between CJ and Nurkic,
hold on. But no. He said that. Hold on. I'm not saying what you saying. What I'm saying. I'm saying what Dame's saying. Dame didn't want them dudes to trade them. Dame wanted them dudes to trade garbage. Like Shiloh was in here telling me that Miami was gonna give up to go get Dame, and I told Shiloh ass that they ain't taking no goddamn Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson for lame dollar. I told him they wasn't. So now he's seeing that. I told him that deal wasn't going to happen. Him and Fluent set up in here, and I don't know where you at, Fluent, but bring your ass in here, because I'm going to make sure you have some more gray when you leave your ass out of here, sucker. So live in the Vida Loca, bring your ass wherever you at, or wherever you do. I don't know where the hell you at. You probably running for some type of election. You understand what I'm saying? But bring your ass in here, sucker.
Bob.
You look like a corporate businessman running around here talking all that crap. Go ahead.
Yo, Ox. So you the only one here that resides in Portland. What's the temperature in the city and how you feel?
Well, real quick, so some of y'all know Ticket pulled up the other night to the graveyard shift, and he expressed some of this already. So I was kind of prepared for this right now. But this isn't about anybody versus Ticket. This is about Damian Lillard. I've lived in Portland for the majority of the past decade. Everybody here is huge Dame Lillard fans, and the majority of people feel like they should free Dame because Dame put in a lot of work for the franchise. I don't think it's a negative towards the franchise. Dame asking out. So I mean, a couple of the points that Ticket you brought up about like the what was it, the Pelicans series. I mean, Drew Holiday, Rajon Rondo, Anthony Davis, they came up here and put it on him. Like I seen that coming. I didn't see a sweep, but I knew they was gonna beat him though. the Portland Trailblazers have not put together a team worthy of a championship for Damian Lillard in a long time. And a part of that is Dame's fault because, I mean, he's taking up all the bread. So there's that too. It's kind of hard for me to say that, to call him lame, what you call him?
Don't play no D. Don't play no D.
I can't call him lame dollar for wanting to leave Portland.
What about Kreflo?
Bro, he's putting a lot of.
Do we play defense, Bob? Do we play defense?
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not the point. The point is that he's putting enough work in Portland to be able to want to ask out. He might have said what he said about Paul George, and he was right when he said what he said about Paul George. He was right when he said what he said about Kevin Durant. This ain't necessarily the same thing either. So that's it. It's really real simple for me. It's not.
You don't think it make it look? You don't think it make him look bad?
That's what I'm saying. But see, this what y'all fail to realize, and I think y'all know, but I don't understand why y'all acting like this ain't show business.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like the NBA. No, it's not ticket because the NBA. This is the NBA is show business, bro. This is show business, bro.
But you said
these guys don't. They don't got to do what they say they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie Irving did it 4 times. What I can't respect you as a man. They not, and that's fine. I'm not saying you should feel a certain way. All I'm saying is the NBA is show business, bro. So yeah, a lot of things are going to get said that don't happen. This ain't real life, bro. This is show business. So
no, I'm just saying, don't slander a man. Don't slander a man and then go do the same thing. I can't say, hey, Bob, stop dating porn stars and I go date a porn star. No,
don't tell me not to date no porn stars, brother.
No, I'm saying no. I'm Hey, Bob, I'm just keeping it 100, bro. That was my whole problem with Dame. Y'all making it seem like Dame did this, Dame did that, bro. Dame has been taking up most of the money. What made the Spurs be able to go have? What made the Spurs be able to go have championship rosters? Tim Duncan was taking pay cuts, bro.
But this ain't the same franchise though. You was naming GMs from 50 years ago. Them cats ain't. I don't even know if they still around. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Like you naming GMs from what's his name, Bill Walton. Then you talking about Clyde Drexler when they drafted Greg Oden. Them GMs ain't even in the.
Then he quit.
That's completely irrelevant to Damian Lillard, bro. That's
then he forced him to hire Chauncey. Then he forced him to hire Chauncey Billups.
But this is another thing. You specifically, Ticket, when you be dropping like, oh, this person said this person said that, because you start citing your sources, because I don't know where all this be coming from.
Oh, he said $1 million worth of game.
A lot of times I be hearing
millions of dollars worth of game.
I hear some of y'all come up here and cite gossip columns though.
Hold on, I'm not talking about. Hold on, no.
Where all
this came out his mouth on $1 million worth of game. This came out his mouth. He just said it on the interview. He just said, I hate what this NBA has become. He said, I hate this league. He said, it's a ring chasing culture and we judge you off of whether you won championships or not. Then in 1 week, everything he said for 11 years, all of a sudden in 1 week he changed. Man, nigga, get the hell out of here. That's like, Bob, that's like if you go get a girl, you marry her, you've been married to her for 10 years, and then in 1 year or 1 month, everything about her changed. Nigga, shit, nigga, nah, nigga, it's time to get up out of here. I can't talk with her no more.
But see, that's what I'm saying, though, Ticket. He felt one type of way when he was saying that about Paul George or whatever. The Portland Trailblazers have not given him nothing since then. So
what has he done?
But they changed up on him. They didn't trade Scoot. Because they didn't trade that spot, that pick to go get BI. They could have went and got somebody.
They didn't want to give a BI.
What the hell is Dame Lillard supposed to be up here doing with Scoot Henderson? This boy name is Scoot. They calling this. He a baby. He a baby. He can't.
He said he wanted to build up the young guys. He said he wanted to build up the young guys.
Ticket, stop it, bro.
Man, Kareem won with Magic. Kareem won with Magic.
Mars ain't now one of these cats. Magic.
That's not the same thing, Mars.
So it's the same thing to me.
No, it is not, Mars. No, it is not, Mars. And you know it's not. Because that team was full of vets, Mars. Don't do that. That team was full of vets.
I'm saying, how you expect to bring Scoot Henderson? Like Scoot Henderson supposed to make Dame stay? He's a baby. Get up out of here.
Well, I'm happy with that. On top of that, he didn't ask for a trade before the draft. Then,
because he to see what they was going to do in draft night, whether they was going to trade for B.I. or somebody like that. Yeah, well, I mean, I would.
Why don't you tell Portland, hey, look, if you don't do nothing with this pick, if you don't plan on trade me now, then because then you have more leverage. He playing situations.
The difference between Dame and a lot of cats, he playing chess ball. He want to win. He not out here specifically trying to lose. That's dumb. Right. See, ticket not gonna respect your career unless you suffered for 80% of it.
I didn't say that. No, I'm gonna respect your career. I'm gonna respect your career if you get it like Giannis did it. I'm gonna respect your career if you get it like Jokic did.
Here go ticket again, capping for billionaires. I hate.
I'm gonna respect Giannis. I'm gonna respect Jokic. I'm gonna respect Dirk Nowitzki. I'm gonna respect dudes who really went through the grind. Because guess what? Well, ain't nobody say Dirk had a championship roster the year he won. So shut up, nigga.
Wait. So even the next 2 years,
no, I'm talking about Dirk Nowitzki. I'm talking about Dirk. No, I'm saying Dirk. I'm saying nobody said Dirk had a championship roster the year he won a chip, nigga. So I don't want to hear that shit.
He wasn't a favorite. Wasn't a favorite.
Hold on. Hey, put me on the big screen with High Ho. Put me on the big screen with High Ho. Put me on the big screen with him, Ron. You a goddamn lie. Nobody picked Dirk that year. First of all, they already picked Kobe.
I didn't say that. No, you did say that. I didn't say that. I said a championship caliber team.
He did not. He did not. He did not. They were not one of the time. Hold on. Here's the teams that was over him, sir. You're a liar. The OKC Thunder were picked over him, sir. You're a liar. The Lakers were picked over him, son. You're a liar. They did not, bro. They did not. They had a rookie JJ. Hold on. They had a rookie JJ Barea.
And they won.
They had a rookie JJ Barea. They had a rookie JJ Barea. Hold on. I'm going to say this to you again. They had a rookie JJ Barea. Sir. This is facts. Hold on. They had an old Jason Terry that was out of his prime at that time. Wasn't the same Jason Terry as when he was in his prime. That's facts. These are the main guys they had on that team. They had an old Sean Marion that was nowhere near the Matrix. He was the done at that time. Facts. He was nowhere near the Phoenix Suns Matrix. Let me keep putting those stars in.
Hold on. They still won, right? Were they not a championship caliber team? Yes or no? Were they not a championship caliber team? Yes or no that year?
Bro, my nigga, Dirk elevated his game.
Were they not a championship caliber team that year? Yes
no, Dirk elevated his game and made him that championship.
They won the championship.
No, not making sense. Ticket is saying the only reason they won a championship is because of Dirk. You saying they're a championship?
Oh, so it's a one-man show. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, one-man team. They were a championship.
You can't say they're a championship caliber team because they won a chip. When Ticket's argument is without Dirk, they're nowhere near a championship caliber team. If they play Dirk or anyone else, they're nowhere winning a chip. That's what they're saying.
You got to. Ed Caron Butler was hurt too. One of their best players was hurt too.
Get this bum off the stage, man.
No one seen them doing what they did. Of course, they weren't the favorites, but saying that there wasn't a championship caliber team and they were the.
It wasn't. Nobody was saying it was. Man, this boy crazy.
This is crazy.
Nobody was saying it was.
Wait, hold up though, fellas. Hold on. We're getting away from the topic. And, you know, the subject that we need to be on. Shiloh, I know you had some things that you needed to say. I know you had some points you needed to make. So now is the perfect time for you to go ahead and do that on the big screen.
So everyone really just iterated what I was going to say. Anyway, I feel like there's truths in both arguments. It's a saying that if you're going to kill somebody for something, you got to dig a grave for yourself also. So the point where like people saying, why isn't Dame getting the same slack or same slander for what he's doing? I kind of see that point because you can't constantly call out people for going to different teams, even though I feel like this is a different situation. You can't constantly call out people for going to different teams and then you turn around and do the same thing and then expect no slack from it. I see that point, but then at the same time, Portland has not given him a championship caliber team. I feel like in most of his years. So it kind of goes both ways. But then at the same time, Dame also has had some stinkers in the playoffs. So I feel like both people are saying the same thing. I see truths in both. I see truth in both. But I have one question though. Ticket, we made a bet, right? If Dame gets traded to the Heat, that Bam's going, right? Is that bet still good for 500?
Nigga, who you think?
Is that bet still good? When Dame goes to the Heat and Bam is still there,
I want my money.
Is the sky blue?
When Dame goes to the Heat and Bam is still there, I want my money. Okay,
hey, nigga. And when Dame don't get traded to don't get traded to the Heat, I want you to do two things. I want you to give me my money and then
run me issue.
Don't change it. That wasn't the bet. No, the bet was.
So you ain't gonna brush your teeth?
No. Don't change it. If Dame goes to the Heat, and Bam is there, I want my money.
Bro, you're not gonna get the money because it ain't gonna happen. Like I told your bozo ass, you came in here talking about some. Oh yeah, they can get Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. I told you they ain't want that trash. You and Fluent was sitting up here trying to say.
And you said no. You did say that Bam's getting traded. You were saying that.
I told you no. I said to you. Hold on. This is what I said to your dumb ass because you half retarded. I said to you. I said, bro, they are not going to give Dame. They're not. Portland's not stupid.
Slow down.
If I'm trading you Dame straight up, they're not. I'm not doing no deal that don't start with Bam Adebayo or Jimmy Butler if I'm giving you Dame. Why the hell am I giving you Dame for anything outside of those two guys? That's what I told you.
So you're saying, okay, so if Dame goes to the Heat, that Bam is gone there, right? Or Bam or Jimmy?
Say what?
If Dame goes to the
if he gets traded to the Miami Heat, I told you no. I said if they trade him straight to the Heat, it ain't gonna be for nothing less than Bam or Jimmy. That's exactly what I told your ass. Go listen to the tape.
Again, so if Dame goes to the Heat, Bam or Jimmy will not be there.
Yes,
nigga.
That's the bet. Yes.
Okay, so that's the bet. So what is he arguing about? Okay, that's the bet.
That's the bet. Is the sky blue?
Okay. All right. That's all I want to know.
But you can't make this. Hold on, Ticket. Hold on for a second, Ticket. This is a sucker bet, and the reason why this is a sucker bet because it's only one-sided. What happens if he doesn't go there for Bam? He's got to pay you $500. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the bet.
He made the bet. Yeah.
Which
because he was harping on if Dame would not go to the Heat and Bam is still there. Like the Blazers are gonna want a star caliber player too. And I kept saying
they're gonna want
Dame doesn't have leverage because Dame doesn't have leverage like that. So yes,
who doesn't have leverage?
Dame doesn't have leverage.
Right, so hold on. My whole point. Hold on, but that's why you hear. Hold on.
Bam not being
but
there.
Shallow, hold on 1 second. Shallow, hold on 1 second. That's why you're hearing what Portland. Let me tell you. Let's say one thing. I'll let it go. Think about what Portland has said. They said we ain't moving the best interest of Dame. We moving the best interest of our team. Everything they've done to this point has showed you that. Them going to get Scoot, they moved in their best interest. Them doing the youth movement, they moved in their best interest.
That's not true.
That is true. Hold on. If they was moving in Dame, hold on, Lamont Lane.
I can tell you why.
If they was moving in Dame's best interest, Lamont Lane, they would have traded the pick and whatever Dame wanted them to do.
I'm gonna tell you why. And this is a timeline because I'm a Portland Trailblazer fan too, and I've been watching this team and I've been watching Dame suffer all these years. And so when you look at this timeline, people try to claim you were making a claim that the Blazers didn't have money to make moves. That's not true. It's just when they had money, they gave guys like Allen Crabbe $70 million. They gave guys like Miles Leonard $40 million. They gave guys like Evan Turner $70 million. So what I'm saying is when you have the money, and then I don't even think Dame was opposed to CJ getting traded because we know that tandem together, as exciting as it was offensively. Hold on 1 second. It was the worst defensive backcourt in the NBA. So if you do trade CJ, hold on 1 second. If you do trade CJ, at least get a comparable star back that complements Dame better. They didn't even do that. They further doubled down on just completely getting rid of all of their role players, and they got literally nothing in return and sent them all to the Clippers for absolutely nothing. All Dame has asked for, y'all, and I think a lot of people are misquoting Dame. Dame has said, especially since the injury, where I think that kind of woke him up, and he knew that his NBA livelihood could potentially be coming to an end soon. And all he said was, I don't want to be a part of a rebuild. He never asked for a super team. He never asked for a ton of stars. He just said, I don't want to be a part of these consistent rebuilds, because when you're consistently rebuilding, the one thing you can't do at the same time is try to win. He doesn't want to be a part of tanking at the end of the season, sitting out games. He wants to be playing in meaningful games late in the season. At least his chance has a shot and an opportunity to compete, because we've seen when you just give Dame an opportunity to compete without a ton of stars around him, he's gotten his team to the Western Conference Finals just when they're competing. But over the last couple of years, all I'm saying is this. Dame has not asked the Blazers for much. He just said, I don't want to be a part of a rebuild. That's all I ask. And what they have done in turn is they have completely said, we are going to rebuild. And the rebuild looks completely horrible. They trade CJ McCollum. Hold on 1 second. They trade CJ McCollum only to sign CJ McCollum's mini-me, Anthony Simons, who's a worse defender and a worse offensive player, to a ton of money. And so you trade CJ, don't get nothing back for him, and you sign a guy who's worse than CJ, and now you're stuck with another bad contract there. So it's just like when you look at what the Blazers are doing, when you say that they're moving in their own best interest, when are we going to start criticizing these front offices for being extremely bad at their job, making players like Dame? Dame does not want to ask for trade. They're forcing his hand, and nobody, you will never criticize these white GMs, these white owners for making trash moves. You just want to criticize every black player you can find that you can think of and just blame them for running from the grind. I've never heard you slander. I've never heard you slander a white GM. You only slander black GMs, black coaches, and black players.
You a dirty deacon. We're not finna do that. You a dirty deacon, boy. You a dirty deacon.
That's a fact. You only slander black players, black coaches, and black GMs.
You a dirty deacon. And
you scared of talking about the white GMs. That's a fact.
And you a dirty ass deacon. Let me go ahead and cook your sorry ass real quick because I don't even need to go on your sweet ass.
You're just gonna lie. You've been lying this whole time. Just like Bob said, you've been quoting your favorite source, Clutch Points, this whole time, acting like it's fact. Stop quoting clutch points and quit acting like you speaking for Dame. All these quotes that you say Dame said are false. You lying.
Listen to the facts. Hold on, Lamont. Let's get
to
the facts.
Dame ain't said none of this stuff that you're talking about.
Hold on, Lamont. Lamont.
You just made it up. You're slandering.
Hold on, Lamont. I'm gonna destroy everything you just said with facts.
How?
Hold on, Lamont. Hold on, Lamont. Let's get
you
to
the
the
one
point
that lied to your fans in 2020, telling them to pick the Blazers over the Lakers, having them lose money and everything.
I'm gonna have a reasonable conversation, Lamont. I'm gonna have a reasonable conversation with you right now.
You've been cutting me off the whole time. How are we gonna be reasonable?
Hold on, Lamont. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. I want you to answer it truthfully. You just said. You just said something about Dame. About the guys they had around Dame. Do Dame play championship level defense? Shut your bitch ass up.
What does that got to do with anything? What does that got to do with anything?
He talk about everybody else.
What did I say? I said you should trade CJ to bring in a player that better complements his weaknesses. They did not do that. Every player has weaknesses that you need to find another star to complement.
Do Dame Lillard play championship?
Steph Curry has Draymond. Right? Every star has another star next to him that complements their weakness.
Championship level offense, sir. Do Damian play championship level offense?
Yes.
That's a lie. He doesn't. He doesn't because every time he comes into the playoffs,
you know what? I know you know this, Ticket.
Every time
the reason why I know you know this is because in 2020 you bet people thousands of dollars that Dame would beat the Lakers.
Hey, listen.
And you got mad at him because you lost.
Hey, Ron, I'm going to give y'all a fact about Portland that Lamont won't tell y'all, right?
There are no facts about Portland that you can give. You just emotional about this. You have not said no facts.
Hold on, Lamont.
Everything that you said is based out of pure emotion and fake news. When are you going to say one fact that's a real fact and stop quoting clutch points?
Dame don't play championship level defense,
Everything that you say is out of clutch points.
Nigga,
it's like talk real basketball. We know that Dame's deficiency is defense. Every star has a deficiency. No player is perfect. This is not NBA 2K. You can turn this slider up on defense. You have to go get guys that complement their weaknesses. We can't ask Dame to do everything.
Doing that.
And when they had opportunities to get players, they signed guys like Allen Crabbe. They signed Hassan Whiteside. They signed scrubs.
I'm going to ask you a quick. No, Dame is a scrub in the playoffs.
Why did you bet thousands of dollars on him in 2020?
Except for 2 series.
Why did you bet? If he's a scrub in the playoffs, you bet you convinced your fan base to bet me multiple $500 bets, and they all lost and none of them paid. Because you thought Dame, I bet against my team because I knew Dame didn't have the help.
Hey, Chilltown.
I knew you couldn't be honest and tell the people that the Blazers couldn't beat the Lakers.
Lamont, you gonna let me respond to you? Because I'm gonna destroy you right now.
You're not paying.
Ever since Bill Walton's days with the Portland Trailblazers, hold on. Ever since Bill Walton days up until today, The Portland Trailblazers they've been in the top of the NBA with the team franchise that have had the most 50-win seasons in NBA history since those Bill Walton days. Go look it up, nigga. So when you say they didn't have a good franchise, every year they were in the top of the Western Conference, except for maybe 5 or 6 years out of the last 25 years. Look it up. All these years, they went in 49. Hold on, I'm not finished with you. So from 96, 97, when PJ Carlissimo was coaching them and they was winning 49 games. They was always one of the better teams in the Western Conference. So they were always winning. They was never one of these bottom feeders and going through these things where they was winning 15 games 4 or 5 years in a row. Anytime they had a bad season, they bounced back and they were winning 50, 54 games, 55 games. That showed you they have been a great franchise. They have won a championship with Bill Walton. They had a team that went to the finals with Clyde Drexler. They had a team that was set up that was going to be a great team, and a dude you praised, nigga, and say was your favorite, and Brandon Roy before he got hurt, you lying ass, capping ass, Reverend Leon Lonnie Love ass Negro, straight up. So, and then he got hurt, and that's what wrecked that team, fool. Then they went and got Dame and put Dame with LaMarcus Aldridge. And because Dame's selfish style of play, his refusal to play elite level defense, and his bad shot taking, he ran off LaMarcus Aldridge, who went to the Spurs to find a better way to try to play basketball instead of play with this shot jacking, overhyped chump that you over here crying and capping for. Then let's keep going. They drafted CJ McCollum, raised him up from a pup. What did they do after that? They went on and won 54 games. They won 55 games. They were the third place team in the Western Conference and got smoked. Got smoked by the 6th seed. Smoked. We seen him every single time he went up against Steph Curry. One of them series, Steph Curry played one game, and they still swept them niggas. And Dame Dollar shot 23% from the three, 30% from the field. He played like trash. The other series they played Dame. Steph Curry averaged 36 points. Dame averaged 22 and shot 24% from the field, 30% from the three. Gave you no defense whatsoever. So when you talk about all the other guys around him, you got to talk about the leader not selling out on defense and playing championship level defense. You got to talk about the leader not playing the right style of offense and a championship level offense instead of just coming down thinking winning basketball is chucking up bad threes all day and this dollar shit. No, it ain't, sir. So Lamont, once again, you easy work. A caveman can do it. Chilltown. They can't F with us.
Now,
We
now
so
can I
good.
respond? Can I respond? Can I respond without any interruptions?
The nigga got locked up by Drew Holiday.
Can I respond without any interruptions
He
now?
was picked to win the series. He never wanted to trade Dame. He just said a week ago.
You're going off on another tangent.
He never wanted to trade CJ. He just said 1 week ago. Look it up right now. 1 week ago.
He going off on another tangent.
Take it.
He running off.
Now, come on, Lamont. I got you. I'm gonna let you get this
His
off.
ass, nigga.
Now, look. Now, here's the problem.
Wait, before you go.
We lay shit down around here, Ron. We lay it down around here on PC. He better take it back with Young Africa with them dusty ass goddamn tennis shoes he be wearing and that fake ass cheap ass cologne he be running around there with. He better sit his ass down. You bringing these bums up to the big stage, all your whole team gonna get cooked, nigga. Y'all easy work. Now I gave you the promo you looking for, sucker. Now sit your whole ass down and shut the hell up.
When you say everybody get cooked, that's a strong word, brother.
Now here's the problem, y'all. See, hold on. Here's the problem with what Ticket just did. This is all Ticket did. Ticket just tried to give us a 50, 60-year history lesson on what the Blazers used to be. So here's the problem. What we talking about is Dame over the last few years, and he's coming into the twilight years of his career. Like I said before, since his injury, Dame has said one thing consistently. He hasn't said none of this fake stuff that Tick has been saying, all these fake clippings from clutch points and aggregated media that he's regurgitating to y'all. That's fake news. The only thing that I did not interrupt you, Ticket. The only thing that he has said is, I don't want to be a part of a rebuild. And the only thing, there we go. There you go. See, all I'm saying is, hold on, Ticket. The only thing that Dame has asked for, he hasn't asked for stars. He hasn't asked to join a super team. He hasn't asked him to go get KD. He has just said, I don't want to be a part of a rebuild. And ever since he's said that and he's made it public, the Portland Trailblazers have moved forward as a franchise that's completely rebuilding. When you trade CJ, what did they get back for CJ? Can somebody tell me? When you trade Norman Powell and all of your bench players and Robert Covington, who could be pretty good role players on a good team, you trade them. I want y'all to tell me, what did they get back for all those role players? I want y'all to tell me, what did they get back? right? So when you trade all these guys and then you trade CJ, you free up money, okay, but then you give it all back to a guy in Anthony Simons who is 1/3 of CJ and plays way worse defense and hasn't had any of the success that CJ's ever had. So they are rebuilding. We all knew going into this draft is if they drafted Scoot Henderson and they didn't trade that pick to bring in a piece that would prevent the Portland Trailblazers from being in a rebuild, it was more likely than not that Dame, that what pushed it over the top. You guys are consistently rebuilding. I don't want to rebuild. Hold on. There's no, all right, I'm not done. Dame has just made it clear. I just want an opportunity. And wherever they might trade him because of his contract, that's just wherever. The reason why the Miami Heat and Sixers and teams like that are in play is only because those are the teams that have the contracts to make it work. But that's it, though. So
that's a lot. He picked the Miami Heat because he went go there.
Let's stop this.
Stop lying. Ron, put him on mute now, Ron. You put me on mute, Ron. Put him on mute. This is PC right here. His thing is FYF, Ron. Put his ass on mute, Ron. Put his ass on mute.
I'll let you know when I'm done.
Ron, like you put me on mute.
All I'm saying is,
Ron, put his ass on mute. I'm about to put this nigga in a casket right now. Okay, here we go, Ron. So, does he want to talk? Hold on. He want to talk all this lies about Dame Dollar. Hold on, y'all. I come to give context.
Lies? You ain't got nothing to support your arguments. You just make stuff up. You consistently bet money on Dame and lost.
Ron, this man, hey, Ron, hold on, Ron. This man,
you literally lost about $10,000 on Dame and got mad.
Hold on, Lamont. I gotta ask you a question.
You just mad.
Hold on, Lamont. I'm gonna ask you a question. Did he not call Paul George a chump and say he was switching teams?
No.
And trying to
show me the quote. I never saw that quote ever. Show me.
Well, you a goddamn liar. Then did anybody else in this made that quote? Did anybody else in this made him say that about Paul George?
He had commented that like on an IG post about
Thank
Paul
you.
George.
Oh, right to Paul George. Right when Paul George was talking shit to him. Look it up, sucker.
In the bubble.
Hold on. You can't get in the arena with me. Hold on.
Oh my God. Why are we talking about Paul George?
Hold on.
Why are we talking about you emotional?
One question.
This has absolutely nothing to do with Damian Lillard. You keep bringing up Nurkic. You keep bringing up all these other players. You even went back and brought up Bill Walton. What does that got to do with Dame?
Okay, Lamont.
You keep bringing it. You brought 1977 up.
Lamont, let's stick to right now. Then. Okay, let's go to 2020.
You don't even know who the GM was in 1977.
Hold on 1 second. Lamont, hold on 1 second. Let's go to right now then. Now, Chilltown. Watch this. How many games did Dame Dollar miss? Hold on, Chilltown. The Portland Trailblazers won 33 games this year. Right or wrong, Chilltown?
That's correct.
How many games did Dame miss this year?
Before they started tanking.
He played 58
How many games did they shut him down?
Hold on, Lamont. I ain't talking. Hold on, Lamont. He played 58 games this year.
How many games did they shut him down because they was tanking?
Hold on. I'm about to demolish it.
They was tanking.
Hold on, sir. Hold on.
They shut him down.
Hold on, Lamont.
Don't lie.
Hold on, Lamont. They won 33 games this year. Dame only played 58 games, so he missed damn near 25 games this season. That's true. That's not false. That's not a lie. No, excuse me. He almost missed what? What is that? 24 games, Mark? 28 games? He missed 28 games this year. Right or wrong?
What does that have to do with him not wanting to be in a rebuild situation?
24.
Okay, he missed 24. Hold on. He missed 24 games this year. Hold on. He missed 24 games this year. They only won 33 games. Now, go to last year. Last year, how many games did he play in 2021, 2022, Chilltown?
He got hurt. I think he missed most of the season.
Chilltown. Dame played 29 games. So how you supposed to win when Dame played 29 games? Now, Chilltown, watch this. The year before that, when Dame was playing games,
what does this got to do with him not wanting to be a part of a rebuild?
Hold on, Lamont Lane.
You regurgitating history.
Hold on, Lamont. If you gonna let me finish my sentence, hey, hold on, Lamont. If you gonna not let me finish my sentence because you don't want to get cooked.
You the king and not letting people finish their sentence. What are you talking about?
Hold on, Lamont. Hold your horses 1 second. You just criticized the Portland Trailblazers for 2 years that Dame was hurt and damn near combined missed 80 games in 2 years. These is facts. So you just criticized that. But the year before that, when the league played 72 games, the year before that, and remember, they had the shortened season, Chilltown, Mars. They played 72 games. Guess what? When Dame Dollar actually played 67 out of the 72 games, they won 42 of those games in 2020, 2021. So when Dame was on the court, they actually were a winning team. And what happened? They got smoked by the Denver Nuggets without Jamal Murray. Hold on. These is facts. They got smoked by Denver.
What does that have to do with him not wanting to be a part of a rebuild?
Hold on.
What does this have to do with what Dame asked for?
No, because
this is a history lesson on wins and losses.
Lamont, wait one second.
We can all go to Basketball Reference and look up his wins and losses. That has nothing to do with the conversation.
You're making this thing, Lamont.
You're making this about wins and losses and your disappointment in it.
Check it out. Y'all both screaming over each other, and we got to move on. Lamont. I'm gonna let you hold up, ticket. Lamont, I'm gonna really let you get off your last few points, and then we got to move on because y'all seen the weekend we just had. We got better stuff to talk about. So go ahead, Lamont.
I ain't gonna get off my point, but you gonna let him get off his, right?
Ticket. Let Lamont get off his point.
Hold on. Let me finish my point and then let him get his off. And I ain't even gonna say nothing else.
Bro, he's gonna take all day, Ron.
My whole point. No, I'm not.
Ron, he's gonna take all day.
Hold on, Ron. This is my whole point.
Ron, he's been regurgitating the same nonsense.
Right, just give me 30. Hey, Ron, just give me 30 seconds, Ron.
Watch this.
Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. Lamont, you shut the hell up, sucker. Now, I said, but in these 30 seconds, outside of the last 2 years, where Dame played 58 and 29 games, which the team was trash. The year before that, they played 72 games and won 42. And Dame and them got smoked in the first round by Denver without Jamal Murray. These are facts. The year before that, hold on. And remember, that year, Lamont says that they didn't bring in no help. Norman Powell was a world champion. They traded and when they got Norman Powell on that team, Norman Powell came out and was averaging 17 a game that season. CJ was giving you 23. Dame was averaging 28. Then guess what happened? You had Melo giving you 13.4, shooting 40% from the three that year. Enes Kanter was giving you 11 and 11, and then Nurk was giving you 11 and 10. So you had 6 players in double figures, 2 big men averaging double doubles, and you still got smoked by the Nuggets in the first round without Jamal Murray? When Dame was averaging 30? Get the hell out of here, man. Like I said, until he got hurt, every year Dame got hurt is when Portland was down. Other than when he got hurt, they were winning 50 games. Look at this. On an average, over 50 games every year. So that's a good franchise to me because most franchises ain't getting 50 wins. The goddamn Timberwolves just put all them pieces together and they still couldn't crack 50 wins. Dame and them been doing that every year. Sucker, stop lying, nigga.
All right, Lamont, I'm going to give you the floor. And then we got to move on. But go ahead.
We'll end it on this.
Make your final point.
We'll end it on this. Nobody up here that's talked about Damian Lillard. When you talk about Damo and Big Ox, nobody's came up here and talked about wins and losses. See, the one thing that you didn't mention, there was those years where Dame actually had a team that could compete and even get into the playoffs. Dame was never complaining those years. It wasn't until when he got hurt and the Blazers start making all these rogue moves, giving away their players for absolutely nothing. I was baffled when I saw Norman Powell and Robert Covington literally go to the Clippers for absolutely nothing. I was baffled when I saw CJ get traded for absolutely nothing. At least if you're going to tank, since you claiming that they doing the right thing for the organization, at least if you're going to tank, do it like the OKC Thunder and get a ton of draft picks back or something that's worthwhile. They ain't got nothing in return for all of the talent that they had. So when you say that they a good organization, they have not been making good moves. They're making trash signings this whole time. And all the while, they were signing guys like Allen Crabbe, Evan Turner, Hassan Whiteside, Miles Leonard. You never complained and said these were bad signings. What you did was you said, oh, these were good teams. And you decided to take your money and go bet with the Blazers and then proceed to lose that money because that sorry trash help never showed up and never panned out in the playoffs. And remember, Dame just wants an opportunity. He don't want a super team. He said, I don't want to be a part of a tank. The Blazers are tanking. So now he wants to go to a situation where a team is at least not tanking. They're just competing. So don't get mad now. Don't get mad now because when he does join the Miami Heat, what's going to happen when they get back to the Eastern Conference Finals, you're going to be back on that Jimmy Butler bandwagon, talking about Dame Dollar when he starts making big time shots, and you're going to be back saying that Jimmy Butler is a top 3 player in the league, and Dame is a top 10 player in the league, and how great they are, and how much better they are than LeBron James. So get it out your system now, because you're going to flip. You are going to flip soon. You do it every year. You flip on Steph Curry. You went back. You flipped on Jimmy Butler. You went back. You flipped on KD. You went back, and then you flipped on KD again. You are flipping. You the master of flipping on players and then jumping back on their bandwagon. So again,
I gotta cut both of y'all off because we didn't let y'all run for a long time. Hey, but let's go ahead and get into the elephant in the room. SB, what's going on?
I guess nothing now. Dang, he just
disappearing.
That's right.
He did a manager.
Hey, Miles, what's going on? All right, see you later.
All right,
Crazy.
Hey,
what happened?
Hey, I got to get up out of here, y'all. I got to get up out of here, though. Like I said,
hold on. Before you leave, I just got to ask you a question. So I'm gonna throw this on the screen right now. You guys, everybody, look closely. I want to know with your roster up here. We got FYF with Ace 30, True to King, Young Africa. Obviously, y'all know Lamont, LVZ, NBA Talk, SB. Y'all see SB on here, and Hoop Jargon. Out of your squad up here, who's gonna score the most points? We obviously.
The thing is, I can't say because I don't know what the questions are. It depends on the content. If you mess around and ask the wrong questions to True to King, I'm not gonna tell you what topic, but you mess around and ask him the wrong questions, he gonna run off all 15. With LVZ, right to say, you mess around and let him get entertaining on y'all, he gonna have all y'all laughing. Y'all gonna be voting for him every round. So you mess around with Young Africa, he done messed around and had you laughing, and he eating people at the same time. So it's levels to it. Like I said, we versatile. It don't matter. I'm not putting one person over another. I just know that they all diverse. They all know what they doing. They all know basketball. And like I said, no matter what the format is, no matter how y'all guys want to do it, King of the Hill, debates, whatever you want to do, I don't really care. It's all basketball talk at the end. And like I said, I've listened to these guys' basketball talking points. Hoop Jargon then played overseas. He did his thing. He knows the game. SB Talk Sports, y'all heard him, right? Come on, man. We all know what we doing. And like I said, you guys got, Dub, Mars is, the encyclopedia of YouTube, maybe, I don't know if he can turn the page 1053 fast enough for us, so I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But,
whatever, nigga. Y'all finna get spanked.
I don't know.
You didn't even sound confident when you said that, man. When you walk into an open gym and you see a 5 on the court that you just know gonna run the gym for the whole day. That's just how it is. So that's just how it is with us. Y'all gonna be on the sideline sitting for 3-4 hours before you get next.
I never had that experience where I seen some hoopers.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, you have. We all have.
I didn't think because Ron, we've been calling Ron.
Y'all best bet is to let Chill answer every question. If y'all don't let Chill answer every question, y'all done for. Chill is your only hope.
And with that being said, I've also been in the gym and holding the ball, making it clear that ain't nobody winning until we quit. I've also been in the gym doing that too. So, but Chill's only weakness is he has a little bit of the elder syndrome in him, and that might get him ran up in a few of his logic. So, but other than that, man, he really is the only. But Ticket get too emotional. Ticket get too emotional.
Nah, you got emotional. You the one started crying and whining. And like I said, your Creflo Dollar ways don't fool me, nigga. I got the blueprint on you, sucker. So you easy work. You easy work.
Remember this, y'all.
You can run that shit on everybody else. Lamont, you get every nigga that used to rock with me that hate me and try to put them on your team. All those niggas doing smoke.
We all still rock with you.
Nah, no, you a goddamn lie. Nigga, I know what it is, nigga. Backroom
Lamont, I know you gotta leave. Lamont. But before you leave, I got one more question. What team does your squad resemble, and what team does PC resemble?
I'm gonna tell you, we resemble. I'm gonna say we resemble. I'm gonna say we the '96 Bulls. Y'all remind me of the '94 Rockets because y'all got one guy. And Hakeem, that's Chill, who can carry the load, and if your role players don't show up, y'all done. So we got stars all over.
Easy work, dog. Ain't nobody worried about you. You sit up here and said, "Oh, Dame only said he wanted to compete," even though Dame been out here criticizing the whole league, say he didn't want to join a ring culture last week on national TV.
I know he never said he wanted to join a super team.
You could, yes, he did. He said he crashed super teams his whole career. Ask everybody on the panel. Everybody's heard him. He shitted all over super teams his whole career. But you gonna say
he never asked to join a super team.
He is. If him, Bam, and Jimmy on the same team,
you keep saying him joining the Miami Heat is a super team. You are crazy in the head. You know that is not a super team.
Hold on, Ron. Before he go, let me ask y'all a question. Is Bam Adebayo right now? Before Chris Bosh went to Miami Heat, he was a 2-time All-Star and a 20 and 10 guy. Bam Adebayo is the same, and he's all NBA defense, and he's a perennial All-Star right now. Right? Okay. Jimmy Butler is
all Bam a perennial All-Star.
Jimmy Butler is a perennial. Hold on, he got the same amount of All-Stars as Chris Bosh had when he came over to the Miami Heat. Look it up, nigga. So stop lying. Then, and he's a 20 and 10 guy. Bam's the same thing, and Bam is all defense. He's all NBA defense, and Bam is an All-Star, and Bam's a 20 and 10 guy this year. Now, Jimmy Butler, 23 points per game this past season, all NBA. He's a perennial All-Star in his prime and an perennial all-defensive player. These is facts. You put Dame on that team, he's a perennial All-Star and a superstar in the NBA who just came off his best statistical season, 32 points per game on his team. That's the super team, sir, because you got 3 perennial All-Stars, 3 all-NBA players, and 2 all-NBA defenders on the same team at the same damn time.
You know the crazy thing about this ticket is he not even on the Heat yet. This man might get traded to a whole nother team, and your whole logic might be in the garbage can. Just wait till he get traded first before you start slandering him for a fake super team.
I want you to do well, but respectfully, he asked to go to that team.
All right, look, we got to see where he goes, and I don't believe it's still a super team. They're not better than the Boston Celtics just with that 3.
No, I didn't say. Come on. Well, that's because of Dame then.
Come on. They're not better than the Phoenix Suns just with that 3.
Time out. Did y'all hear what that nigga just said? He done. They just beat Boston 2 out of the last 3 years. So how is better than Boston when they got Dame, nigga? Unless he make them worse.
Because you know what's going to happen when they get Dame, they have to give up. They've already lost Gabe Vincent and Max Struss, 2 key pieces that helped them beat Boston. So when you start losing these key role pieces just to bring in a superstar, you will feel the pain. You will start to feel that pain, just like the Lakers felt their pain when they traded for Russell Westbrook and they didn't have no depth. Come on,
what about the other time they beat the Celtics without him? What about the other year they beat the Celtics without him, Lamar?
They've given up their depth. They're gonna have to trade Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. They already lost Max Struss and Gabe Vincent. They've lost their depth. They're not gonna be the same team. They're gonna have to operate differently. And it's not gonna be as super as you say it is. They're gonna be a good team, but it's not a super team.
Nigga, the Miami Heat
labeling everybody super teams just because you see 3 good players together. Now it's super just because.
We've talked about Dame enough. I'm trying to talk about these other free agents. All right, let's get into all these free agent signings and let's get into all these trades.
Hey, salute y'all. I'm gonna get up with y'all later.
I appreciate you for coming through.
All right.
Look, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw out the free agent or I'm gonna throw out the trade that was made, and I need you guys to talk about it and give me your grade. All right. We're not gonna go necessarily in order of importance or anything like that, but I'm gonna just throw some things out there and I want you guys to talk about it. Yo, Mars, your team made some good splashes this offseason. Let's talk about the first one. You guys signed Dillon Brooks. How do you feel about that? To a 4-year, $80 million deal. Let's talk about Dillon Brooks. I want everybody's grade on this, and I want to know how you guys feel about this. Mars, let's start with you.
Just on this signing or our signings in general?
Just on this signing.
I think it's okay. I like what we've been doing. I think Dillon Brooks provides defense, which is something we needed. The shot chucking is going to be something I hope is just a Memphis thing. I hope he doesn't come over and start shooting the nonsense he was shooting over there. But if he does, that's a concern. I like that we front loaded the deal so that when we're trying to be a good team and not still paying him $20 million, we've made it so that we're going to give him a large portion of the 80 in the first couple of years of the deal when we needed to spend the money. That was very smart. I respect that we did that. So it benefits both parties. We had money we needed to spend. So we made sure that we gave these guys money early on. But when our team is trying to be good, we make sure that we're not still paying these guys $20 million. That was very smart. Congratulations to Houston for using their brains. But short term, that brings another level of defense. That brings someone who can play next to Jabari at the forward position. That gives us probably one of the best defensive forward combinations in the NBA, in my opinion. I just hope that he can understand his role offensively will not be to create his own shot and go haywire, and it will just be to catch the ball and shoot the ball. And if he's not open, pass the ball. That's what I hope he understands. That's my biggest concern. But other than that, I think it was a decent signing.
I don't think we got. I don't think we got the Dillon Brooks that we normally. He got wrapped up in that LeBron James logic, right? He got wrapped up in our poke bears and being the villain, which isn't really indicative. Outside of that, he's a starter in the NBA. He's a solid 15 to 17 a game guy who can defend when he's got his head screwed on. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
On what though? The man been shooting 38, 39%, 40%. We've been he did that the way that he's trash offensive garbage.
He did that last year. Now with him,
every year. Every year.
With him now getting with Ime Udoka, I think he's going to put the reins on his offense, and I think he's going to put him in a better position to score and be more efficient. That's number one. I think
that's my point. He can't score.
Actually, that's the difference, Ticket. The difference is that with Ime Udoka, I think he's going to use his defense more for his offense. So he's going to create more opportunities, having him being a better defender, which is going to create more offense for him. There aren't going to be any isolations or him stopping and popping, shooting the three. That's not his game. No, that's not who he is. What he is he's a D&3 guy who can knock down an open shot from time to time. But what's going to happen is him now playing defense and creating more offensive opportunities for himself. That's going to enhance them. So I actually like the sign, and add that to the fact that this contract is going to look fantastic in 2 years. So when they have to move off of him, they're going to be able to move off of him, not number one for cheap, and they're going to get a good value for him because I think he's one of the better D&3 guys in the game.
Yo, SB, how you feel about the Dillon Brooks signing?
I'm on the fence of my daughter going crazy, but I'm on the fence of with Mars and Chill. I think it is a good sign. I think we overlooked Dillon Brooks. Yes, he has shot bad, and he did play out of his play style, how he played. But I think with Udoka, maybe he could reel him in and get him right. I was just surprised with Mars because I was like, I remember you saying, hold on one second, baby. I remember you saying that if the Rockets signed Dillon Brooks, you wasn't gonna be a Rockets fan, and then with the Jalen Green.
You did say that, Mars.
You did say that. You backtracked.
You was out.
I did say that.
Stand on it, Mars. Stand on it.
You got to stand on it. Flight to Oklahoma City, Mars. You was out.
So Mars, what made you stay? Is it the Fred VanVleet signing? Because we're gonna talk about that next too.
Or was it Jalen Green?
No, I've turned a new leaf. I'm practicing loyalty. I'm trying it out. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how long it lasts. But as of now, I'm not just going to switch teams when the team does something I'm not 100% on board of. And also, I just think the contract isn't bad. So
no, that's a good contract.
I'm not totally mad at it. I think that's another reason why.
That whole loyalty logic. That whole loyalty logic, there isn't a lot of merit with that because we have established that you're a scumbag, Mars. So
I'm trying it out. I'm not saying it will be successful. I'm just trying.
I'm just saying.
I think you want us to look at you better because you picked the Rockets. Just because you picked the please somebody make her feel better girl don't mean we're gonna give you like oh yeah bro, thanks for being a good person. No bro, we ain't giving you no pass because you picked the Rockets. You knew they was trash, so you got to deal with it.
I invested early, and then I'm gonna look like I was.
It's a penny stock. You ain't the Wolf of Wall Street, man.
Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Yo, Ox and Shiloh, tell me how y'all feel about Dillon Brooks, and then you guys can kick off Fred VanVleet too.
Same thing with Mars and Chostad. I feel like it's a good signing. The contract with Chostad, a couple years down the road, it's a movable contract. People was overrated in how bad. Not overrated. Like he did do bad the past series, but he's still a solid defender in the league. On average, he's a decent 3-point shooter. And basically kind of fills holes. He's decent. He's decent. He fills holes that the Rockets needed. So I feel like it's a good signing. I'll probably give it like a B+. I feel like it was good.
I like both moves. I like both moves a lot actually. I'm higher on Dillon Brooks than some people are right now, just because I realized that was a lot of antics, and he picked on the wrong person. LeBron James really isn't the person to be out here picking on because you're gonna get crucified in the media. First of all, they're gonna make you look like a bad guy, which it was just him being young and wanting to prove himself. He just went about it the wrong way. But he's really good on the defensive end, and I also, like Mars said, I think he'll be able to get. I think Shilltown, I think you said that he'll be able to get better looks over there. with Ime Udoka. So I think he'll kind of rein his game in. But how you said about Fred VanVleet, I think Fred VanVleet actually makes it easier for everybody to score. He's good at creating a lot of attention, kicking out. He's going to be able to get their best player, who is Jalen Green. Fred VanVleet, I think, is there for him to be able to get Jalen Green better looks, open shots. Fred VanVleet scrappy on the defensive end, but he's little, so I don't know how much that says. I think this Rockets team is fighting for the play-in this year. I think that it might be an 7, 8, 9 seed this year.
And I think we also leaving out the fact that Ime Udoka did not come down to Houston to lose. So we can't believe that Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, Dillon Brooks, we can't believe that these guys, Sagoon, we can't believe that these guys are not going to come back better. And that Ime Udoka, no, there's no way you can believe that.
Hold on. Did you see what the hell Jalen Green?
No way. Right.
Did you see what Jalen Green is up to?
That's goofy. But with that being said,
he got legs in the air. He ain't worried about playing basketball.
There's no way to believe
that was Josh Christopher. They traded him.
And that's just one.
Immediately.
And again, we're talking about kids that I'm sure that have been brought into the front office by Ime and had to sit down. This is what I expect from you guys. This is what I expect to see from you guys, as opposed to these dudes just showing up, being the most undisciplined. I already said this. I'm on record saying this. They were the most undisciplined team last year. I think they led the NBA last year in turnovers in the fourth quarter, in the meat and potatoes of the game when it matters the most. That's discipline, right? And that's a team that's not really paying much attention to the coach. So I think it's going to be a lot different this year. Them winning 22 games, I think they're a lot better than 22 games. I don't think they 40 wins, but I do think that I think they better than 22 games.
You're right on Ime. Y'all wrong on Dillon. That dude is trash. He's a walking chess pool. Hold on. First of all, he's overrated defensively. That's first and foremost. Overrated defensively. He'll get exposed with his contract in Houston. And his offense is horrible. He was just in a situation where he was allowed to jack up shots in Memphis. You say a 3-and-D guy. He's one of the worst 3-and-D guys in the NBA because his three-point percentage is horrible, horrific. He doesn't have a jump shot. He can't make you pay offensively on the perimeter. He constantly misses layups at the rim, and he can't create his own offense. He's horrible offensively.
Where's that 17 a game coming from? Because it ain't coming from the stripe.
But you got to look at the game.
You take enough shots, you'll get 17.
Yeah, he's jacking up shots all game. Chilltown. Bro, did you not watch him? He literally is jacking up shots to get 17 points.
Right.
If you take 16 shots, you're gonna get 17 points, Chilltown.
It's easier to play with Fred VanVleet than John Morant.
No, I'm saying, but even without the time without John Morant, even without John Morant,
I feel like he might take more shots with Fred VanVleet.
He'll take better shots. He'll take better shots.
No. Hold on.
But he ain't taking more shots this year. There's no way.
Hold on. Me and Mars are telling y'all he can't shoot. His day is broke. Do you see when he shoots?
But what y'all also are about to do is when you see the drop in his points this year because he's gonna shoot less. Y'all gonna try to equip say, oh, well, see, he's worse. But that's that points per game logic. That's that what do you call it, basketball reference shit.
No. I'm looking at
I'm not talking about just points per game. I'm not talking about
Bob. I agree with you.
It's gonna be a different look over here.
Bob, I agree with you. I'm talking about his percentages. I agree with you saying. I'm talking about his percentages, Bob. His percentages need to go up, Bob. This is one thing about Dillon Brooks. His field goal percentage needs to go up from 40 and 38%. 39%.
Y'all being oblivious. I think on purpose at this point.
Because I don't think he's gonna shoot the same shots he was shooting in Memphis.
Y'all are purposely ignoring facts right now. Y'all are purposely ignoring that this is a different team. It's a different coach. Everything is different this year.
100%.
I think Dillon. Like I said, I feel like Dillon. But I feel like Dillon is a solid pick. I feel like we should harp more on the Fred VanVleet thing because my issue with that signing is, of course, the money. But also, I don't think Fred VanVleet is the playmaker that they need. I feel like they needed a playmaker, and Fred VanVleet.
Amen Thompson is the playmaker we need. Amen Thompson.
I don't know about that.
I
feel like they needed.
Exactly.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran that they need. But I feel like they need a playmaker, and to give Fred VanVleet all that money, I don't think that's the.
They had to do something with the money, though.
We had to spend the money. Where was you meant to spend it?
And for those who don't know, right quick, for those who don't know, Fred VanVleet, he was signed for a 3-year, $130 million contract.
100.
And just so everyone knows, the third year is a team option. So it's a 2-year contract, and the third year is optional for us.
Which
so when you think about it,
they're probably going to pass on that after that.
We're really only paying him like 86, really.
Right.
And we have to spend, the money.
You have to spend that money, and
you have to spend a certain amount of the cap, otherwise you just give the money back to the NBA.
Money back, and shallow. The way the Rockets were going, shallow. The way the Rockets are going, they had to get Fred VanVleet because they wasn't gonna get nobody else. If they would have offered him that money, he'd have turned around and went somewhere else. They would have got nothing. So they had.
I understand why they gave it to him. I understand why they gave it to him. I just like from a basketball point of view, I feel like they needed a veteran, which they got, but also a playmaker. And I just don't see VanVleet as a playmaker that they need. So
I mean, he got the championship.
I think he's a solid.
That's why I think he's a solid.
But I think Udoka going to use a player like him because he got championship pedigree to get Jalen Green his head straight on and get him more discipline.
So yeah, like him being a veteran, I feel like it's the good part.
And he won a chip too, so that you gotta respect him.
He's definitely a veteran, but basketball fan, I'm not sure.
Just to answer that super chat about the Celtics having a bad offense, just so you know, they didn't have the worst turnover. They didn't lead the league in turnovers in the fourth quarter. That did not happen. In fact, not only did they not lead the league in turnovers, their offense got better as the season progressed. Not just in the fourth quarter, but overall. That's how they ended up in the NBA Finals. Even though they were the best defensive team, they weren't just scoring 100 points a game, 90 points a game. No, their offense improved as the season went on. So do your homework, sir.
And then even to double down on that, even with the Udoka offense when they good, they was a great defensive team, and that's the reason why they made the finals. Their defense brought out some of their offense. Of course, like Tatum and Jaylen Brown got the jacking up threes because the Celtics fell in love with the three. But you've seen a clear difference with the team this year than with the Udoka-led Celtics.
Right, they did a better job in taking care of the basketball late in the game. They did a better job as opposed to how many times I watched Sagoon, how many times I watched Jalen Green throw the ball in the second row or just come down when they're on a run and shoot the basketball, take bad shots, or turn the basketball over and completely thwart their run. That's not even close to the same thing as what the Celtics were doing. Not even close.
All right, fellas. Does anybody want to talk about Jacques Landale?
Jacques Landale.
What, 4 years? 4 year deal. Well, only one of the years.
Who he signed with?
The Rockets.
Houston.
Rockets.
4 years.
That's the guy who played. That's the guy who played with the Suns last year.
Yeah, but only the first year is fully guaranteed.
No, that's a horrible. I mean, that ain't that dude. He's trash, bro. I mean,
doesn't really move the needle like that.
He did a better job in the playoffs than I thought he would. I remember.
I mean, that's it though. That's the only reason why you know his name, man. He garbage.
Oh, facts. But only the first year is fully guaranteed. So again, it's a contract that we had money to spend, so we're giving people money, but we're making sure that when our team is ready to compete, we're not tied down to a bunch of bad contracts, which I think is
right.
Very
all right, fellas. Enough of lottery teams. Let's actually get to a team that we should be talking about.
Mars, if you think we're going to spend 45 minutes on the Houston Rockets,
we spent an hour and 22 on Portland. They're a lottery team too.
But they don't have Damian Lillard, who's asking to be traded.
Yeah,
so you definitely on that.
Stop the cap.
Hey, Mars, you need to check in on Jalen Green, man. You need to check in on your boy.
You might be on that UK scum.
Check in on that, Mars. I don't know what kind of activity y'all got going over there on y'all franchise, but you need to clean that up.
Hey,
Mars,
Tiggy, you see he went against his logic, boy. I said Jalen Green must be by Mars there, man. I don't know.
But that's Mars. Hey, hold on. Isn't that Mars' favorite player, Ron?
That is Mars' favorite player.
Ticket. I'm gonna tell you why this is so inconvenient and unfortunate. Because Jalen Green's doing what he's doing at the start of this season, but at the end of last season, Ime Udoka was doing what he was.
Wow.
Man, I'm just saying.
Hey, Ron, I hope Mars don't get trapped in that closet.
All right. So now we're gonna talk about Mars's old team, the Golden State Warriors. Draymond Green.
Oh yeah, we knew this.
Horrible, bro. That's horrible. I'm gonna say right now. That's horrible, bro. You gave him another 4 year, $100 million, bro. Bro, they're gonna hate that after this next season.
Why can't you disappreciate thank you money ticket? Why can't you disappreciate?
No, Tilt because they're gonna listen. They're gonna hate that. They're gonna hate that contract after this next season. Yes, come on. When Draymond Green gets to be 34, 5 years old, when his whole beard is fully gray, they're gonna hate that contract, bro. After this season, I'm telling you this, bro.
So figure. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Draymond Green goes the other way. Like after this season coming up, they end up in the same spot they were in, where they end up in the Western Conference semifinals. Draymond Green is still solid. That contract at $25 million is not going to be that difficult to move.
No, it is. No, it's going to be. Yes, it is because who else is going to want Draymond there? Who's going to want Draymond at that point?
The Kings.
No, I'm saying a washed up Draymond Green at that point.
And he ain't washed. He obviously still got.
What you say, Shallow?
Oh, he is washed up.
Kings will love a Draymond Green. Kings will love a Draymond.
I ain't gonna get it.
But y'all, before I go ahead, OG.
And with that being said, this is thank you money. More than
washed up now. He's washed up though right now.
If you get rid of him after that going Jordan Poole, that means telling them that you're rebuilding because they had no choice but to pay him. What else could they done? They had
I'm saying no. Listen, what I'm saying. I would have worked a sign and trade with him. I would have worked Hold on. Let me finish. There was teams that wanted Draymond that you could have got assets for. So I would have worked a sign and trade with him and moved him and got assets for him. You know what I'm saying? I would not have
who's moving Draymond? Who's moving Draymond for?
Hold on. No. You gotta understand what I'm saying to you, though, dog. It's teams, for example, a team like the Philadelphia 76ers, you could have got a Tobias Harris who would have been better in that spot right now. He's younger. Hold on, don't check your head. He would have been better because he's going to be on an expiring contract, Slim. So that's better. That's money that fall off your books. If you like him, you can re-sign him to a friendlier deal. But he gives you more than what Draymond gives you at this point. He's better offensively. Yes, he can move. He probably can't do exactly what Draymond does for. Hold on, let me finish. He is better offensively. What do you mean, nah? That ain't even only no
Warriors. Not for the Warriors.
Hold on. Yes, he is. Hold on. Yes, he is because he can hit threes. He's almost a 40% three-point shot shooter. He can also post up. He can also rebound, and he can also help you guard the best wings. Don't need to post up. Hold on, you're not listening.
Draymond could do the same.
Wings in the hold on, you're not listening, bro.
I'm definitely listening.
Wings in the fours in the hold on, bro. Wings in the fours in the league. See, that's the problem the Warriors didn't have. When you got guys like Kayvon Looney that's coming off, the Warriors don't have no diversity down there in that post position. They kind of need that. So when you can get a guy who can stretch the floor and post up, that helps you play a different way when Steph's not on the court. Because their problem is they can't really generate so much offense in different ways when Steph isn't on the court because of how Klay Thompson has come down, Slim. So you got to understand basketball. So now, hold on. Now, when I open, hold on, shut up. When I open up your options, now when Steph goes to the bench, it ain't dudes that's at the big position that can't give me no offense like Looney and like Draymond. Now, if I got a guy like Tobias Harris in there with the Klay Thompson and I'm running them in the rotation with these other, now I got other ways that I can score the ball. I can still stretch the floor and I can still actually throw it inside a little bit and make you have to play defense. See, that's the type of things that you need against these other teams. You need bigger guys and making other big guys play D too, not just a shot blocker or rebounder. Go ahead.
But problem to take that comes to play is what Draymond impacts with them. I don't believe Tobias Harris can be an elite enough.
What was that? Hold on. What was that impact against the Lakers?
Listen. What was it? Hold on. Hold on. I'll let you go crazy. Listen. Tobias Harris cannot play the role of Draymond that Draymond Green does. Yes, if the Warriors
better than Draymond right now, though.
That's fine as an individual player, yes, but not for that Warriors team in that system because Draymond Green can make them play small ball. Draymond Green runs the offense. He gets Steph Curry a break, so Steph Curry don't have the ball in his hands as much as he need to. He get them an easy position to score. Tobias Harris is not going to do that unless you finna say we finna primarily run the offense through Steph Curry now and keep the ball in his hand the whole time. And I don't think that's going to lead to a successful situation.
No. You got CP. They have Chris. You got CP. Hold on, you got CP. Y'all forgetting that. That's why they bought.
So what about the defense? What about the defensive side of the ball?
Defense. They just go Corey Joseph. They just go Corey Joseph.
Tobias Harris is a good defender, bro. Hold on. Tobias Harris is a good defender. Hold on. He's back. Hold on. Tobias Harris is a good defender. Hold on. Tobias Harris is a very good defender. Hold on. Tobias Harris is one of the guys. Tobias Harris is one of the only guys that's in the league still that can still guard a 2, 3, and 4. And sometimes he can play the 5 for certain possessions, bro. What are you talking about?
He's not better than Draymond. He's not better than Draymond. Draymond can do everything you just said, but better. Draymond can do everything you just said that Tobias could do.
No, you're not. Listen, hold on. Shallow. Listen what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
Steph Curry's gonna be a year older. Mm-hmm. The problem with the Warriors is they can't sustain what they do when Steph Curry's on the bench. They haven't been able to sustain that. So now what you need to do is you need to bring in other guys who can help diversify the offense when Steph Curry goes to the bench because Steph Curry has been getting hurt. He have been missing games. So I would rather have another. Hold on. So I would rather have another dude that I know can help me on both ends of the court. Maybe not like as Draymond. Then have Draymond, because if Steph gets hurt, they're done. At least if Steph gets hurt, we can still keep the ship at even until he get back. Because now, guess what? You lost Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole was averaging 27 when Steph Curry got hurt last year. Who's going to do that this year?
Corey Jersey. Do that without trading Draymond, though.
They got to change their style of play. Whenever when they can't do the same thing that they was doing when Steph was off the floor. They got to get better shots, right? They got to get the same amount of ball movement, but now they got to get guys like Andrew Wiggins more involved in the offense. Klay Thompson got to shoot the basketball better, right? Guys like that. I still think that they need some low post scoring. I still think that that's a problem for them. I understand that they're a perimeter-oriented team, but I do think that they needed some low post scoring. That's why I thought that James Wiseman was going to turn into something like that. It just didn't work.
They didn't give him a chance, OG. You know, big man take time to bet. They didn't give him a chance.
Boy, you woke bars up. You woke bars up when you said that.
They did. So bars, they gave him a chance. How long did it take a big man usually develop? How long? Jokic.
I agree. He didn't get enough minutes, but he didn't justify trying to get minutes because when he was out there.
I agree. I'm not going.
It was a bad fit. It didn't make sense. It was a bad fit.
Yeah, but I bet they needed him. They needed him this playoff run though. I bet he could have looked good against.
I've watched him try and guard good bigs. No.
Hey, but y'all. Well, last thing, what y'all said about Draymond is false though. He's done. He had no effect against the Lakers, and then the year before that, he was trash against the Celtics.
I mean, he was being friendly with the Lakers.
They were better without him. They were better without him in the finals against the Celtics. These is facts when he went to the bench. And then against the Lakers, he was horrible.
Wait a minute, Ticket. Whoa, Ticket. You're not going to do that. You know why you're not going to do that? Because you're the same one that came up here and told us that they need to put him in the rotation. He came off the bench against Sacramento and he was awesome. And they did that. So no, he's not done. He's just going to be in different roles.
I said off the bench.
Right, and he did come off the bench that game, and he was really good. But he also was one of their most viable starters, one of their better playmakers. Now I know how you feel about Draymond, Ticket. I can appreciate how you feel. I can appreciate how you feel about Draymond. They did beat Sacramento, even when he was in the rotation. They did beat Sacramento. He did play good. So the idea that he's done, that's just not true, Ticket.
No, chill. The first 2 games of the series, when he started, they was losing. They was trash. When he got hurt, they actually played better, and that's why when he came back, they put him on the bench and they actually won.
Well, the reason why
he wasn't hurt. He tried to commit a homicide.
No, I didn't say that. I said when he missed the game, he was out. When he was out those games because he got suspended. When he came back, they was playing better without him in that lineup. That's why he came back, and that's why when they won without him.
You think Sacramento?
Yeah, and that's why when he came back, they put him on the bench. That's what I'm saying to you.
Right, they didn't throw him right back in the lineup. But when he came back in the lineup, how much better were they? They were, Ticket. They were a better team.
No, I'm saying, but I'm with. Hold on, I understand what you're saying, homie. I'm saying they won without that nigga though.
So, Ticket, the Warriors will be better off without Draymond. What you like trying to say?
Hold on. This Draymond Green. Not the Draymond Green. Hold on. Not the Draymond Green from 5 years ago.
No,
this Draymond Green.
We know that dude is gone.
This past Draymond Green. Can the Warriors still contend without Draymond Green?
Bro, they got manhandled by the Lakers.
Can the Warriors?
What do you think? Hold on. What do you think is gonna happen this year? Now everybody don't double up. What do you think will happen this year? Think about that. They got to run. When they got to run in the big yoke, what is he going to do this year? A year older, a year slower. And Yoke is going into his prime.
I mean, Joker handled everybody, so we can't joke.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm saying, hold on. But we ain't going to stop there. Go to AD. AD manhandled this nigga.
AD.
Manhandled him.
AD has always been a matchup problem for the Golden State Warriors. Always.
Right.
He's always been.
And then you got to look at all the way across the board in the West. The top teams in the West, they coming with it. They coming with them bigs now. The Clippers got
to Draymond's credit. I mean, not this season that just passed. I mean, you brought up in the NBA Finals when they played against Denver in the playoffs. I believe Draymond had Joker shooting under 40% when Draymond was covering him. Even though he was averaging 31 and like 13 in the series, he was shooting under 40% when Draymond was covering him last year when they went to the NBA Finals. So he did do a good job on him. And you don't expect a guy that good, you don't expect a guy that big to be able to stop somebody. I don't expect you to stop him, but to make it difficult on him, he did make it difficult on him. That's 100% fact.
But you giving out, hold on. So you trying to win in Steph Curry's last year's, you giving out lifetime achievement awards? Or you trying to win?
Well, hey, that's what
Look at Mars. Mars, you ain't lying. Mars, you ain't lying. He just said they gave him a lifetime achievement award.
Absolutely, Ticket. That's 100% thank you. Part of that is thank you money. Yes, it is.
But but I'm saying, are you trying to win or are you trying to give out lifetime achievement award?
Both. Well, they still trying to win, Ticket, because I think that they look at Draymond and I think they look at not just Draymond, but they look at Klay Thompson, they look at Steph Curry, and how can these guys be good still with Draymond on the crew? And Steph Curry still looks like Steph Curry with Draymond on the crew. That action off the basketball, it'd be difficult to replace that immediately. As opposed to
are they better than the Lakers right now that they re-signed Draymond?
No, not right now.
No.
All right. Are they better than Denver right now that they re-signed Draymond?
No, I don't think so.
I think
are they better than the Suns right now that they re-signed Draymond?
I mean, I don't think the fact that they signed Draymond does it. Even if they didn't sign Draymond, they still ain't better than Phoenix.
That's what I'm saying. Like, not signing Draymond and replacing him with what? Like, Draymond is a big part of that Warrior system.
No, I just told you. Hold on.
Tobias Harris.
Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead, Ron. My bad. I just gave you the example, but that's okay. Go ahead, Ron.
Tobias Harris not a good replacement for Draymond.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. So, if you got how many wins you got the Warriors winning right now? Does Ross says they is
right now.
Right now.
Remember, they just got Corey Joseph.
I think Steph Curry probably missed about.
Mars, I'm gonna put you in the sleeper when I see you. I swear to God. We keep talking about a dude that's 3.5 points per game getting on the roster. He might be the 10th guy. Mars, I'm gonna put you in the sleeper when I see you.
I didn't even hear about that move.
That's crazy.
Because people want to sleep on Corey Joseph, man.
Corey Joseph is a champion, y'all.
I mean, I don't get why you want to sleep.
He was the 11th. I mean, what was he? The 11th man on that Toronto team?
Chill. Why are you falling into Mars?
I'm okay. Wait till Mars. Wait till
he was doing okay in Detroit. I mean,
yo, all right. From one championship contender to, I don't know if it's a championship contender, but it's one of y'all favorite teams, the Los Angeles Lakers.
You don't know.
Definitely a championship.
We don't know. They're definitely a championship contender.
Oh, they are.
And they get an A+. The best
they re-signed D'Lo.
I don't think they. I think
now he's tradable.
Do that?
Yeah,
why not?
Hold on. Let me educate
D'Lo garbage, bro.
You have to keep D'Lo because you control the asset. So now you can move that. And guess what? You got D'Lo on a team-friendly contract. You got D'Lo on a $37 million 2-year deal. That's great. D'Lo still averaged 17 and 8 last year. So to have him on a
I think we lost Ticket. We had him.
D'Lo,
we can talk about the re-signing.
D'Lo weak as hell. That's all I know.
The deal that they got Austin Reeves for, people was here telling me that the Spurs are going to match and play $100 million. They got Austin Reeves on the crazy deal. To me, that's the biggest.
So essentially, what the Lakers were doing, because remember, once the trade deadline happened, I believe they were 15-7. They had one of the best defenses in the league, and we haven't really seen this team with a training camp, like what D'Angelo Russell was talking about. Now we get to see this team with a training camp. Not only do we get to see this team with a training camp, we get upgrades. So now Dennis Schroeder, he's basically getting replaced by Gabe Vincent, right? He's getting replaced by Gabe Vincent. So you got the big guy that I'm thinking about that they just signed.
Jaxson Hayes.
Jaxson Hayes. He's going to replace Wyndon Gabriel. So so that's going to be more run for him.
I'm Mo Bamba.
And Mo Bamba.
They got Cam Reddish. They got Cam Reddish.
They got Cam Reddish, and I think
piece.
And I think
he's going to be Paul George.
And I think I think with Cam Reddish, I think this is his last stop, to be quite honest with you, to show that he can be viable. So now we get to see this team with a training camp. D'Angelo Russell wasn't that bad this season. He actually was really good this season. He played bad in that. He played bad in that Denver series, 100%. But we can't leave out the. I think he was 17 and 8 against Memphis, right? And he played really good.
Third best player of the series,
right?
He won us a game against Memphis where like 3 straight threes,
right. And he's not going to be. And he's not okay. Sure, he's not going to be 20-25 a game. I can appreciate that. But the point is that I'm trying to make is, I think that this team with a training camp, because we know Anthony Davis is going to get hurt, but with the training camp and now getting these guys together, we can actually see what this thing looks like, as opposed to they threw these pieces together and they basically had 2 months to figure it out.
And I'm glad you hit it on the head with that. Is AD gonna get hurt? And it ain't if, it's when. And it's AD. What the if about AD is if he gonna take the step. Yeah, how long is he gonna take the step to be the guy? Because this team is only gonna go far as him. Like me and you said, LeBron James not a top 10 player no more. LeBron just can't carry no more. His impact don't say the same way. He gonna give you some in stretches, but AD has to take over the load and be the guy and become the man. So then once you get to the playoffs, James as a number 2 is excellent to have, but they ain't gonna go as far unless AD takes the next. No matter who you at, it don't. He
shouldn't have to do that. He shouldn't. I shouldn't have at 39 years old. I shouldn't have to do all of this stuff. Yeah, Anthony Davis, all of these other guys. They should. Anthony Davis in particular should be that guy. So when he gets injured, which is going to happen, he's going to get injured. How long is it going to be when he's out the lineup? I think the fact that this new CBA, which is now mandated, if you want to make the All NBA team, if you want to make the All League defensive team, you got to play 65 games. These dudes are going to start playing through injuries more. These dudes are going to start playing more. You're going to see a lot more of these guys than you've seen before. Otherwise, in the words of Miles, and I can't believe I'm saying this, you're going to have to see dudes like Julius Randle making the All NBA team more often than not. So
okay, so all y'all feel like that the Bulls Lakers made them a championship caliber team, or a possibility. But if AD don't play like a top 5 player, is they still a championship caliber team?
No, of course not. I feel like
hold on,
they don't go nowhere without AD.
Y'all ain't feel the same about Dame.
I feel like they don't go nowhere without AD, but I feel like they're making the moves they made. And when AD was getting hurt before, right, when we had Russell Westbrook, the problem was that once he got hurt, our roster wasn't deep enough to last without him. I feel like with us being more deep now, AD could afford to take some more rest or take some more games off, and we can still stay afloat with how deep our team is now. So whereas before, if he was hurt, it was over for us because it's LeBron, Russell, and a bunch of veteran minimum guys. So I feel like that's the biggest thing.
Go ahead, Shiloh. I'm sorry.
I feel like that's the biggest difference. Like AD could afford to take more rest now,
which is fair. Now, Ticket, to answer your question. Last season, so it's September of 2022. We're going into the 2023 season. Was it realistic to say that the Portland Trailblazers with Damian Lillard, Simons, and Jeremy Grant was a championship caliber team? Was that realistic?
Damian Lillard last year? No. You talking about last season, right?
Was that realistic, Ticket?
No. I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying it was realistic, but the truth was, before Dame got hurt, they were second in the West.
That was in the first month of the season, Ticket. Don't do that, man.
No. That was in the first 25 games.
All right.
That's a lot of games.
First month of the season.
That's a lot of games. Hold on. But they were winning games, and they were smoking. Hold on. They only started losing when Dame got hurt. Remember, I want you to think about this. Dame played 58 games last year.
Right, I get that.
They won 33 games last year. So Dame is 24. Dame is good for 10 more wins. That puts you over 43, 44 wins in the West.
Maybe if they don't, if he doesn't get hurt, they are very well. They could very well be a playoff team. I can give it that logic that you
above the Lakers. Hold on. That almost put you in the 4th seed. That almost put you in the 4th seed like this past season. Because that put you above the Lakers, above the Warriors. Above the Lakers, above the Warriors.
But
that would put you above a lot of those teams.
Portland's with the 8th seed after 25 games. Just so everyone knows. Portland's with the 8th seed after 25 games.
Even if they were, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying.
I'll look that up, but they were 13 and 12 at the 25 game mark.
Well, even still. So now what you asking before Dame gets hurt, Ticket, you leaving out a very important piece, which is sustainability. So if Dame is playing this entire season like this, because again, we're talking about a dude who just came up. We're talking about a guy who just came off injury with Jeremy Grant, with a young Anthony Simons, right? With a Rook and Shaw, with Nazir Little. You asking this dude to sustain that the entire season. That with the Lakers is not the same thing. That's why we're not putting that. That's why we're not criticizing him like it was with the Lakers, because with Anthony Davis and with LeBron James and with the trades that they made, this crew was was touted to at least contend for the NBA championship. There was nobody here who actually thought that the Portland Trail Blazers had a legit shot in going deep into the playoffs last year. No. Nobody really believed that.
No, I'm not saying that.
Fellas, though, we got to get off the Blazers.
Okay.
We got to get off. I want to ask you guys about all these free agents for the Lakers, and I just want you guys to give me simple grades on how you feel about it. We're going to go around the room. First person is obviously Austin Reeves. The Austin Reeves signing. How do we feel about that? And at the deal that they got him at.
A plus.
Nobody else wanted Reeves. The whole league called their bluff. We thought teams gonna come get Reeves $100 million. Man, nobody want Reeves.
No, I knew Reeves was gonna take a pay cut.
Hold on. If they wanted Austin Reeves, the Spurs could have easily signed up to a $100 million offer sheet and they called the Lakers bluff. They ended up getting Reeves at $56 million. So no other team wanted to offer him over that. No other team valued him over that. The Lakers did a great job by keeping the asset and by paying him the right amount of money he should have been paid. And that's my point. The Lakers did a great job.
Hey, Ticket, your mic's bad right now.
Yeah, your mic's static.
You got to come in and come back
up. My bad.
No, you good.
Go ahead, Chill.
I think they did get Austin Reeves at a fair market value. And my original logic was that there were going to be teams that were going to overpay for him simply because they just wanted to keep him away from the Lakers. But the fact that they got him at the price that they got him at, and the people that they already signed before him, because they were under the cap before they signed Austin Reeves, which meant they could have paid him actually more. But the fact that they got him at what they got him at, that was definitely an A sign.
Yeah, and I would think I think Austin Reeves. I'm trying to remember exactly what interview was when he was talking about this. Where he was talking about how he got drafted and he got undrafted, but the Pistons wanted to draft him, but he really wanted to go to the Lakers, so he ended up finding his way to the Lakers. So he where he wanted to be. So I knew I was like, maybe if he could take a discount to stay with the Lakers, he's going to do it. So
yeah.
Ox, Shiloh.
Like I already said, I feel like it's an A plus, especially for the amount they signed him for. No team offered him anything. This shocked me. I was prepared to see different offers. And
I was surprised at that too.
Yeah, like Joe said, just to keep him, not necessarily because they wanted him, just to keep him away from the Lakers. So the deal we got him for, I feel like is a great. And I think it's an option after the third year. I'm pretty sure. So I feel like it's an A plus signing. Perfect signing. And
calling his bluff. They calling his bluff, Shallow.
Yeah.
The NBA didn't believe he was that, and that's the funny part. I thought he was going to get paid more than Dillon Brooks because he's better than Dillon Brooks in my opinion.
Ticket, why you keep saying Dillon? His name is Dillon. Ticket, we gotta get his name right. It's Dillon Brooks. It's Max Strus, not Struss. We're gonna get his name right, Ticket.
Nah, it's
you gonna get his
because that's not like Vince McMahon said, like Max Struss. You know, you got to get that extra. You know what I'm saying that thing, man.
All I know is it's going. Damn. We're going to basically what I'm saying. I don't care about the Austin Reeves. Well, look.
Here's the thing. This is what I want to make sure. I'm not trying. I want you to take your Kings fan hat off.
This don't got nothing to do with the Kings. This for everybody. This is for everybody that likes every team.
Okay.
We going to spend the whole summer talking about, they re-signed Austin Reeves. They re-signed D'Angelo. Every year. The Lakers don't got to do nothing. The Lakers will start the season out 3-30, and we're gonna talk about the Lakers every day. And we're gonna they ain't do nothing special. They re-signed Austin Reeves.
They definitely did something special. All the talk this season about how the teams are gonna offer Austin Reeves a crazy amount of money for him to sign him.
So what? That's not what is that? Who cares?
For them to sign him at the deal that they did, that is an amazing signing.
So what is Austin Reeves done to make you think he's worth $100 million?
Cook the Memphis
just because a couple people reported it. Now all of a sudden, they said he was going to give us much money, so the Lakers got him for a discount. The boy wasn't even drafted. What are we talking about, y'all? They didn't get no discount for Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell. That wasn't no discount. D'Angelo Russell, sorry as hell.
The D'Lo contract is more so to
he's how you really feel. Tell us how you really feel.
D'Lo's an asset now.
Tell us how you really feel.
Man, D'Lo ain't no damn asset. All right, maybe he is. Okay, he's an asset. He's an asset. Yeah, we could get 2 second rounds for D'Angelo Russell.
Oh my God.
I mean, he might not be. Hey,
they drafted.
I think better than that.
What did the Atlanta Hawks just get for John Collins? 2 second rounds in Rudy Gay. So you tell what we gonna get for Austin Reeves or D'Angelo Russell?
D'Lo's better than John Collins. First off, Secondly, you had to re-sign him again just to keep him there as the backup to where trade deadline you wanted to get him off the books. So I feel like that re-signing had to happen. But we're not going to undervalue the Austin Reeves contract after how everyone was talking about how we wouldn't.
Here you go again, Shiloh.
What do you mean?
After what everybody was saying.
I'm just saying. We're not going to undervalue.
Who offered it to him?
That would have definitely been an overpay.
Shiloh, who offered it?
No one.
Okay.
So all right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Well, nobody gonna pay that man that much money. That was never gonna happen.
Because if that contract was on the table, he would not be a Laker. He would have been
facts. What you think? He loyal to LeBron?
No, that's my point.
I gotta hold down LeBron. I'm not gonna take $100 million.
Was just talking about how LA wouldn't have kept him because he's gonna get offered this crazy amount of money. I was telling people no, he would stay. We re-signed him, and we actually did. So I feel like that's a big pickup.
Hey, I'm not trying to talk about the Lakers all summer just because they re-signed Austin Reeves.
And we got
but you know what? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen right here. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Ron, JD, Shaq, everybody that's gonna be making these thumbnails. That's what they're gonna make us talk.
Ox's internet went out. Oh, it's thunderstorming in Portland. Oh, chill. You know how y'all be having crazy storms and
the lights go out. It happens.
I don't know what happened.
It does. It does happen.
They're gonna make us talk about.
You got it back,
man. It's tripping over there. That triple blood bleeding. They might be back right. Oh no.
All right. It happens, man. Yo.
Jaxson Hayes, y'all. How we feel about Jaxson Hayes? Can we grade this?
I do like the Jaxson Hayes. Young guy, can come in and give you substantial minutes, can rebound the basketball, can rim protect. And I think Anthony Davis, I think these dudes is going to be a benefit to him because they're going to teach him the game, right? They're going to teach him how to be a pro. And I think he's going to help them out a lot.
Yeah. I feel like this him taking the spot of Wendy Gabriel alone is a big sign for him because once 80 got out the game, that paint was a layup line. So like a backup big is a big part that we needed. So I feel like that was
when Gabriel came in, the one thing that you lost because I think the thing you concerned with Shiloh was rim protection. The rim protection wasn't my problem more than rebounding was. Like Gabriel did not rebound. It made me nuts that he would not rebound.
He was just too small.
This kid Jaxson Hayes will actually rebound, and not only will he rebound, he'll at least attempt to rebound. So that's something that you need in addition to having rim protection. So him replacing Wendy Gabriel, I think.
And even on offensive end, I feel like he's better than Wendy because at least he's a lob threat. Wendy Gabriel wasn't a lob threat; he wasn't really a shooter. So on the offensive end, he was just setting screens and running hard to the basket. At least with Jaxson Hayes, he's a lob threat. So I feel like it's a big upgrade from Wendy. So that was a good pickup. And he's young, 23.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, he definitely get better.
Mars, how do you feel about Jaxson Hayes?
He's better than Wendy Gabriel. He's not good, but he's better than Wendy Gabriel. I believe there's a player there just with the physical tools and athleticism, but that he hasn't shown to be good. He's not a good rim protector right now. Could he become one? Sure. He's not a great rebounder right now. Could he become one? Sure. He's not a great defender right. For a competitive team, not really. If you give him the chance to develop, do I think there's a player in there? Yes. Do I think the Lakers are going to want to try and develop him? Probably not. So I don't think it's going to be a great pickup for them. But
you know what he should do though, right, Morris? What Jaxson Hayes should do, because he's marked now. Like what he should do, he should go get a tattoo of a GOAT on him. Not because he's the greatest of all time, or not because he's playing with the greatest of all time. I don't mean GOAT like that. I mean scapegoat. Because what's going to happen is when AD gets hurt for 30 games, LeBron pulls one of his hamstrings or something. When the Lakers get kicked out the second round, first round, whatever round, but when they don't win the championship, it's gonna be because Jaxson Hayes Jaxson Hayes don't got a 3-ball. He's not a stretch big. That's all it is. He's a scapegoat. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think that Jaxson Hayes is gonna come from there to what we're saying about him right now. Now he's gonna be a scapegoat for this team because that's all that's been. Thomas Bryant. He like Thomas Bryant ain't good enough to carry no team, but he was the scapegoat. They traded him and then they went to the Western Conference Finals. I'm trying to tell y'all that's
he was a scapegoat. Thomas Bryant was doing this thing. He asked for the trade. He wasn't
won a championship. So shout out to Thomas.
Scapegoat.
And then went to the team that he beat in the finals because he wants to go.
I don't want to overhype Jaxson here because like Lamar said, he isn't that good. I just feel more so he's better than Winning Gabriel.
Yeah, I agree. He's better than Winning Gabriel. That's not saying much, but he's better than Winning Gabriel.
That's the point that I was making right there.
And we have Phil Handy. Phil Handy showed that he develops players pretty well. I feel like as soon as Rui Hachimura got there,
y'all gonna start disrespecting. Y'all gonna start disrespecting Blackistan, man. Y'all gonna start disrespecting William Gabriel, man. William Gabriel can shoot the three a little bit. He improved his outside. Hold on, I'm not lying. Hold on, you don't watch the games.
Your mic going in and out though.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So you like we all we heard was Blackistan.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
Yo, Ox. So did LA do anything good, Ox? Did LA do anything good this season? This offseason?
I'm sure they did.
So the Lakers gonna be a better. Yeah, so y'all said the Lakers gonna be better this year than last year.
They went to the Western Conference Finals last year.
The Lakers are gonna be better. The Lakers are gonna be better than the Kings this year. I can guarantee that.
That's cool. I mean, they went further than us. That was better than us last year. So what's that mean?
I'm just
saying. This was funny. This was funny. Anytime I can never talk about the Lakers, even if what I'm saying is true, because then y'all be like, "Oh, well, he's a Kings fan. He don't deserve to talk." But that's weird. What I'm saying is, the Lakers brought everybody back. They went to the Western Conference Finals. So I mean, yeah, they did good. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't nothing spectacular. We gonna have to talk about the Lakers every day until the season starts. That's what I'm saying.
But we didn't need a spectacular move because, like you said, we made it to the Western Conference.
I didn't say I didn't know. Look, Shiloh, I would never say that. I don't give a damn what the Lakers do, and I don't want y'all to make no spectacular moves. So I don't care if y'all made no spectacular moves. All I'm saying is that you didn't. So why are we talking about it like y'all did? That's all I'm saying.
Because what I'm saying is because we just made the Western Conference Finals. And we just.
And I hope y'all don't.
We retooled our weaknesses.
I just said that. I said y'all went to the. I said, hold on, Shiloh. I said y'all went to the Western Conference Finals. Wait, you're a Lakers fan, Shiloh?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so y'all went to the Western Conference Finals last year. Y'all went to the Western Conference Finals. Y'all brought that core back. So that's good. That's what's up. That is a good move. I'm not gonna. I don't know where the improvements came from.
I'm ready.
Jaxson Hayes.
Oh, Jaxson. Okay, Jaxson Hayes is better than Winning Gabriel. He is better than
Torian Prince.
Torian Prince. Better than Troy Brown Jr. Better than Troy Brown Jr. Right?
Okay, you're right.
Gabe Vincent better than Dennis Schroeder, right?
But lost Dennis Schroeder though. Lost Dennis Schroeder. I don't think Gabe's better than Dennis. I don't think Gabe's better than Dennis.
He's not better.
Dennis is a better defender, but.
Okay, well look, y'all lost.
I think Gabe's a better
best point guard.
Y'all
lost your best point guard.
Hold on. You think the nigga that like Shamar Moore is better than Dennis Schroeder?
Yes, he thinks so. Yes.
Y'all lost your best point guard.
He's a better fit for LA.
Right. There's a difference between the better player and a better fit, Shiloh.
He's a better player, better fit.
Hold on, but his minutes ain't going. Hold on. He's gonna be upset because his minutes ain't gonna be the same as they was to Miami.
Yeah, it might not. But I just feel like you're right. I feel like he's a better fit because off ball, Dennis Schroeder wasn't the best off ball. So
y'all did add a lot of wings. I'm trying to figure out how all these guys.
I don't know how
but you keep saying they added a lot of wings.
They saying they put the ball in Austin Reeves' hands and running the offense through him more this season. That's what they saying. So now hold on. But when you do that, you deactivate those other guys that you saying guys like Jamal Moore.
Gabe is on the bench though.
No, you're not hearing right, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. Austin Reeves is gonna be playing a lot with the second unit too. So if he ball, listen.
But Gabe to show that he does good off ball.
Where's all? Hold up, but no, listen what I'm saying. Where's all these guys getting minutes? You still got Austin Reeves minutes slotted out as a guard. You want to get D'Lo's minutes. He's gonna play around 30 minutes as a guard. Then you looking at old boy Torian Prince. He gonna get burned as a guard. He gonna play. He's a guard. No, Torian Prince is a three.
He taking Lonnie Walker minutes. He's taking
Lonnie Walker. A lot of minutes.
He's Troy Brown minutes.
No. He gonna take more minutes, way more minutes. Torian Prince is a great role player, bro. He a great 3-and-D guy for real. He really.
I'm just saying. I don't think he's a guard. I feel like we're gonna play someone like Max Christie more at that guard position. Torian Prince is gonna be our 3.
Max Christie.
Torian Prince is our 3.
Max Christie probably average about 6 minutes a game the season, bro. He ain't gonna be in the rotation. That dude, Torian Prince.
Torian Prince is not a guard, though.
No, but he plays a 3-2 type guard. He switches those guard spots. I'm just giving you the minutes that's gonna be at those two spots. It's gonna be too many minutes to give out. It's only 48 minutes in the game. LeBron James is gonna be out there on the court playing 30-something minutes. D'Lo's gonna be getting 30-something minutes. Got daggone Austin Reeves gonna be playing 30-something minutes. Then you got Torian Prince gonna be getting 20-something minutes. Then you got old boy that just signed that's gonna be trying to scratch and claw for minutes. Shamar Moore gonna be trying to get minutes. Then you gonna have the other boy y'all signed, the shooter Cam Reddish. He gonna be trying to get a few minutes. It's too many. Y'all got a lot of guards. Y'all deep at the guard spot, but everybody's not gonna be able to play. That's the thing. And when you say, well, he just gonna come in and do this, that's not guaranteed. I don't see all the minutes being allocated like that. It's gonna be fun to see how Darvin Ham do that.
All right, we're gonna move off to the Lakers, and we're gonna actually go to the team that won the NBA championship, the Denver Nuggets. I want to know from you guys: did they get better or did they get worse?
They lost Doodoo Brown. They're done.
They signed Justin Holiday, re-signed Reggie Jackson,
lost Doodoo Brown,
DeAndre Jordan, and
lost Doodoo Brown.
Reggie Jackson signing, I don't get because he didn't play a lick of minutes in the playoffs. So they lost
Uncle Jeff too. They lost Uncle Jeff.
And they lost Jeff Green.
Shout out Jeff Green. But this is the thing though, and I think I missed that. Or no, I was late to the episode or something, and we was talking about it, and y'all was saying Christian Brown and Bruce Brown. I think Christian Brown can fill his shoes.
No.
I don't know. Now I'm not saying he's as good as Bruce Brown or Doodoo Brown as you call him. I'm not saying he's better or as good as him, but I think he can step up and fulfill those minutes with. I don't think they're gonna miss Bruce Brown at all.
I think you guys are underrating how good Bruce Brown is. Yeah, Bruce Brown is a really good basketball player.
You know more than anybody, bro. I've liked Bruce Brown since when he was with the Cavs. I liked what he did. Not the Cavs. I'm sorry. The Nets. When my bad. But so I think Bruce Brown. And on top of that, a lot of what Bruce Brown doesn't show up on the stat sheet. So you can't be a basketball reference and really you got to watch Bruce Brown play. Bruce Brown does a lot of things, but what I'm saying is. If you watched Christian Brown at Kansas, if you watched him in this year, and then what he did in that playoff game, he got a lot of those intangibles. But he got a nose for the ball.
I was the one coming up here hyping him. He's tough. Remember, I was hyping Christian Brown. Remember, Lowe was like, "Oh, Ron, you didn't know he was going to be this good." I'm like, if you watch boy play, you could see that his game. He can do a lot of things.
Christian Brown is a big reason why I'm so high on. He's a lot of the reason why I'm so high on Grady Dick because Bill Self was compares their toughness and whatnot. To some of this together. You know what I'm saying? So
that's his name. That's his name, bro. That's his name.
That's his name. That's his name.
Grady Dick. Grady Dick. Yeah, that's his name.
Grady Dick.
Yeah. Ticket, you're gonna have a ball with this one, Ticket. I'm telling you right now.
So Christian Brown is ready to fill in those minutes though, like without a doubt. On top of that, he's actually a little better on the offensive end.
Yeah, see, that's my point. I think we're underrating how good Bruce Brown really is on the offensive end. And I'm not talking about. See, when we get to talking about offense, you guys always want to talk about the bad. Oh, can he cross you over? Can he shoot step back threes? Well, is he gonna get poster dunks? Nah, the thing that Bruce Brown does is he does everything at least at a good level. But one of the things that we don't give him credit for is he moves without the ball. Bruce Brown and we don't talk about this with players. He's elite moving without the ball, an amazing cutter. Amazing, yeah. A lot of times, yes, Jokic made good passes to get him the ball, but a lot of times also he put himself in a position for Jokic to make that pass.
Well, you got to move without the ball to have a good pass to get you the ball.
Crashing the glass. Things like that. It's just he does a lot of things that typical your normal basketball players don't do. He does those exceptionally well, if you ask me.
Yeah,
first of all, Ron, I don't
appreciate
you. I don't appreciate you saying that we break down offense like casuals. Ain't nobody talking about no bag, bro. We talk about how they play ball. I think Bruce. Not Bruce. What's his name? Christian Brown. I think he does all those things on the offensive end that Bruce Brown does. But like I said, I think he actually shoots the ball a little better. You know what I'm saying? I think I would trust him with the ball in the open court a little more than I will with Bruce Brown. So he crashed.
How about defense though?
Well,
Bruce
what I'm
Brown
saying
was
is
literally running a backup point guard.
I saw that. I saw that. But that doesn't have nothing to do. That doesn't have nothing to do with.
He's literally played every role except for a superstar role.
Okay, so that's be that as it may. I don't. You telling me.
He was coming off
you're telling me what he did, bro.
Goes to the Nuggets to play backup point guard.
Okay, but you're saying what he did. I saw what he did. I agree with what you saw, but I'm saying Christian Brown can do the same thing.
I agree with you, but to a certain extent, I don't think he's going to be as good as Bruce Brown. But I do think he's going to play a pivotal role, though. I'm higher on
I don't think Christian Brown's a rebounder
than a lot of other people.
But Christian Brown on the glass though.
And Thomas Bryant is still on that crew, and I think that because of the rotation issues that they have now, they probably gonna have to implement him a little bit more.
Thomas Bryant's in Miami.
Is he in Miami?
Yeah, he moved.
But
they got DeAndre Jordan back.
They did get DeAndre Jordan back. They lost.
If you guys noticed though, the Nuggets kept implementing Christian Brown in play, making them put him in the playoffs because they thought about the ability that they might lose Bruce Brown. I think actually I'm with Ron on this. I actually think he can fulfill that role that Bruce Brown left. Because that's the reason why they was playing him. He can play the defense. He can hit the shots. He can get in the open spaces, especially with Jokic in the offensive system. So I don't think they're going to really – yeah, losing Bruce Brown does hurt. But you knew you weren't going to be able to sign. They didn't have the money to. That's why you got a guy like the young buck who played in playoff situation. So now he's actually more prepared than he was last year. I think he can do it. I don't think they're going to miss a beat.
Did they get better or did they get worse? Now, keep in mind they lost Jeff Green. They lost Doodoo Brown. And they lost Thomas Bryant.
I'm gonna say worse.
I mean, if we had to put it on a number scale, so say if the Nuggets was like a 10 team because they won, I think they probably just dropped to like a 9 or 8.5. They lost, but they didn't lose. They still a championship caliber team.
Yeah, because they still got one. They still got their core. Number two, they only played 7 guys anyway, right? Yep. So it wasn't like he went. Like Mars tried to sell me, don't Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson played a minute and a half.
Hey, that was a valuable minute.
That was a hometown contract
in that one game. So I mean, he only played 7 guys anyway. So the majority of that Denver team is predicated on their core: Murray, Joker, MPJ, and Gordon. That's KCP also, but the majority of it is these 4 guys have been together the longest. I mean, they just got KCP on the crew not too long ago. But with that being said, I don't think that they have to bolster that bench nearly as much as what Phoenix had to do. I don't think that they have to bolster that bench nearly as much as what the Lakers had to do. So I still think that Denver's going to be viable. I think that the road to the NBA championship does go through Denver. And I'm not just saying that because they won the NBA championship, but because I look at the core of their crew and how they mesh, how much better they were, and they're going to be better next year. So,
even Phoenix made all the moves. I still don't think they're better than the Nuggets right now.
And I'm going to tell y'all right now, and I'm saying this. I'm saying this. You can do whatever you want with it. If the Phoenix Suns don't win the NBA championship this year, I don't want to hear peep out of none of y'all about Kevin Durant to me again.
That's tough. I mean,
I don't want to hear peep out of y'all.
Fellas, we got a couple contract extensions, and I want to go around the room and I want you guys to let me know which ones were valid and which ones were trash. First, we're going to start with Anthony Edwards. In case you didn't know, he just signed a 5-year $260. Then we have LaMelo Ball. He signed a 5-year $260. Then we have Domantas Sabonis. He signed a contract extension, 5 years, $217. And then we have Tyrese Halliburton, who also signed a 5-year, $260. Out of these 4 contracts, you guys let me know which ones that you would have paid the player and which ones you would have either offered less or told him get out of town.
Did you mention the Desmond Bane? Did he sign close to that amount too recently?
You're right. We should probably talk about Desmond Bane as well.
So let's
horrible
start.
contract, man.
Let's start with
Tyrese. They're paying him like a superstar. My bad, Chill. They paying him like a superstar, bro.
And Desmond Bane got 5 years, 207. But go ahead, Chill.
Let's start with Tyrese Halliburton. Mars and I got sucked into a conversation last night with Tyrese Halliburton, and I almost was ready.
Hey, don't bring that up.
I 100% think I lost some years on my life. I'm convinced that I lost some years on my life when a dude told me that Tyrese Halliburton's floor was Steve Nash. That was his floor. I think I lost some.
I might be able to buy some stock.
See what I'm talking about, Mars? See what happened?
No. This is the Amen Thompson's floor is John Woo, guys.
See what I'm talking about?
Go buy some stock in Amazon. I'm not talking about Tyrese Halliburton. Relax.
Okay,
Chill.
so again, let's make sure we clear. When you hear the money, you hear 260 million. Immediately, you think that that's guaranteed. The contract is up to 260 million, which means that he's got to do some stuff in order for this to work. Which means he's got to make the All-League team. Which means he's got to be up for league MVP. Which means they got to make the playoffs. He's got to make certain All-Star. So this contract could be up to 260 million. But he is their franchise player. I can appreciate that logic. Anthony Edwards, on the other hand, he was worth every penny of that. Now, I will tell you this: if you're the New York Knicks, call up the Minnesota Timberwolves and ask for Cat. They'll hand him right over, because it's obvious that signing Anthony Edwards, he is the future of that unit. It's obvious that he's the future of that unit. And I think they've gone as far as they're going to go with Cat. Now, how far Cat is in terms of being on a championship contender, I think he's a number 2. On a championship team, I think he's a number 3. Now, LaMelo Ball, well, what else were they going to do? He's their franchise player. There was no way that they were not going to pay him. Now, he hasn't had that much of a history of injury. I mean, before this season that just passed, he was pretty durable. Right, he was a guy that you could depend on, so that thing doesn't worry me. They can, and teams when they pay guys like this who are homegrown, they could go over the cap because these guys are homegrown. That doesn't bother me. Desmond Bane is the adult in the room, right? Desmond Bane is the adult. He's the one that you're not going to turn on the the phone's not going to ring at 2:00 in the morning, and you're going to hear that this dude got arrested. You're not going to see on social media that he's doing goofy stuff like what Christopher was doing. You're not going to hear that. So they pay him more for an adult than they are the player, more than anything. And I mean, that's too much for the adult, bro.
That's too much. That move, because
that's the only one I don't agree with.
Right? Yeah, he's like a very good. He's like the third. He's like the fourth best player on a championship team. You know what I'm saying? I just guys paying guys like that, bro. Everybody getting money in this NBA, bro. I mean, goddamn, man, it's good. The guys getting paid, but the way they're paying guys, he not giving you that superstar production. He getting paid like a superstar, bro, and that's not him. That's not who he is. Like he's at best, he can maybe make an all-star team at best. He ain't no $200 million. Nah, bro.
For all the
contract. Go ahead.
I'll say for all the contracts, I'm gonna definitely have to agree with Ticket on that one. From that point perspective, like you paid Desmond Bane that much money like a superstar. He's not. Yeah, he held it down a lot of times when Ja was out, suspension and injuries, but I don't think necessarily he's worth that much money compared to other guys like LaMelo, superstar franchise player, Ant-Man, superstar franchise player. And I don't know why the Timberwolves is not just looking at the point and say this is the guy. Before the Rudy Gobert trade, this is the guy. Let's build around him. I'm a big Tyrese Halliburton guy. I love Tyrese Halliburton. I think he's going to be one of the best point guards in the league. Like honestly, like Trae Young could be a better player right now, but if I was building a team, I prefer Tyrese Halliburton on my team before Trae Young because I think he's a great point guard and play the position the right way. So
I disagree with you about LaMelo. Now I think about it, I think LaMelo's was worse.
I can't do that because what else can you do with Charlotte?
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what. Don't play no defense. It doesn't play win style of basketball.
No, I agree with you, but who else can you get in Charlotte that's star power though?
No, but I'm saying I'm saying we just don't. I'm just saying that his contract was bad. I'm not paying no dude that don't play no defense and don't play no winning style of basketball $260 million. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's hard to play winning style of basketball in Charlotte. Like, hold on.
Let me say this again. LaMelo don't play no defense, and his style of play is not conducive to winning. It ain't.
Who else can you get in Charlotte?
I won't say his style is not can't win with it because we haven't seen him with decent players around him. The defense thing, he can maybe go into that, but like SB said, who else is going to give it to?
No. Listen,
going to not sign him the extension.
I think the kid is talented. I'm just saying, when we talk about contract, I don't think he's that tier. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you think Desmond Bain
he could get there
work for that money more than LaMelo Ball?
No, I'm saying LaMelo is probably in the tier of, I would say, 160.
Okay, Ticket. Hold on.
I mean, it's not guaranteed though.
Rewind when you talk about winning basketball. Now, remember, this team was, I think they were a play-in team 2 years ago before Hayward got hurt because they were right on the door. They were right on the doorstep of being a playoff team, and they were winning with LaMelo. The next year, they make the All-Star team. I can appreciate the logic that he doesn't play any defense, right? But the other stuff that I think he was a 20-8 guy when he made the All-Star team, and then this season he got hurt. So if he doesn't get hurt, I mean, we're talking about a completely different Melo. Completely different. I'm not going to go as far as to say that he doesn't play winning basketball. No, I don't agree.
And then offered to say, hey, Ticket offered to say, but he left out. Hey, he's a guy to preach that nobody in this league play defense. So why are you bringing up the defense if you feel that nobody in this league play defense? He's the star type player. Charlotte ain't nobody's lined up to go play in Charlotte. So you got a guy who's homegrown, who's a star caliber player, and who put butts in seats. You got to keep that guy because ain't nobody else coming to Charlotte. Last person that might have want to go to Charlotte was Montrezl Harrell. And he didn't go.
And that was just for a paycheck.
Yeah.
I like all the contract extensions except the Desmond Bain one. He's getting paid, or I know it's up to was it 20 to 7 mil, but like Ticket said, I bet he's like the third best player on the championship contending team. That one I didn't get that contract extension. Some people were mad about the Sabonis one. I don't know why. He's the third All NBA. That one was a good sign-in. Halliburton.
Yeah, he led the league in rebounding too.
And I feel like Sabonis was a binge top 10 count. Like he's from like that 15.
Oh my! No,
I mean, you got to think about it, bro. He was on one of the most historical offenses. He led the league in rebounding. He was a key part of that offense. The Sacramento Kings was historic this year.
Okay, they were good. They had a good team. Okay, Sacramento had a good team, and Sabonis had.
So what? So you said he won at least top 20?
No.
Wait, player? No. You saying top 20 player?
No.
He's a top 20 big.
Yo. Come on.
Y'all underrate Sabonis like crazy.
No, we're not underrating him. No, we're not underrating him. What we're not going to do is we're not going to overrate him. Just because he's
top 20.
So we're talking about a dude in Sabonis who this season, I think he led the league in rebounding. I think he made the All-Pro team this season for the first time in his career. What is he in year 6 now? Is that what year we're in? We're in year 6 with him.
Yeah, we only talking about this one season though. You're talking about top in this season. You're not talking about top players in the NBA.
So we only talking about this season. He's still not a top 20 player this season. No.
He didn't play like a top 20 player this season?
No, not with what everybody else was doing. Now, there's a difference between playing like a top 20 player and actually being a top 20 player. And I can't give you that off of we having a difficult time with Julius Randle being a top 30 dude, and he made the All-Pro team twice.
We talking about this season though, Chilltown. This
season,
Domantas Sabonis led the NBA in double doubles, led the NBA in rebounding. His team was a 3rd seed in the West. He played 78 games.
Correct,
and he held it
probably
down.
Was top 5, maybe top 10 Probably was top 5 in triple doubles.
To say that
number 3 in triple doubles.
I can name 20 players better.
To say that he's not arguably a top 20, 25 range, bro. That's
25 big guys. I can get with that.
There's like 7 people in his division who are better than him. So.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying they're saying he's top 10. What I'm saying is, when you look at his body of work from this particular season, he played 78 games with broken bones in his hand, and we'll hype everybody else. But to say that he can be arguably a top 20, which when SB says top 20, I'm sure he's talking about 17, 18 range, anywhere from 17 to 24. But that's egregious to say that that's laughable. The way when we're talking about this season, we're not talking about is he the best 20 player in the NBA. I don't think that's hard at all. He was this season. He played like a top 3, top 4 center in the NBA, and that's not even up for top 3. That's not even up for
because Anthony Davis saying
what did I say, Mars? I said 3 or 4.
Anthony Davis.
Ron's only said 3.
No, if Anthony Davis is in there, then he was 4.
Now,
y'all can say Bam. I'm not giving it to Bam.
Since you brought up bigs, so if a guy and the big man is not nearly as valued today as he was 25 years ago, but the two guard is, right? So if you're a top 5 big in the game, that doesn't automatically put you in the conversation to be in the top 20, as opposed to if you're a top 5 point guard, as opposed to if you're a top 5 two guard. The reason why is because that's what the game is today. So a guy like Domantas Sabonis, the fact that he played like a top 3 or top 4 big, that doesn't really hold a lot of weight because that's not what the game is today.
Yo, chill.
I disagree, but I mean, I don't think being a top 3 big makes you a top 10 player in the NBA. I don't believe that. I don't think that either. I agree with you, but I do think that if you're that high at your position, then yeah, I think being a top 20 to 25 player in the NBA, I don't think that's far-fetched at all. I think Domantas showed that he's definitely a top 25 player in the NBA.
20 to 25, Ox, I can get behind that.
I'm 15 to 20 range. I'm sorry.
And SB, obviously, I'm more in line with you, but to not.
I think he's closer to
biased,
I know you can't get your answer.
I gotta say what I gotta say.
I think he said was borderline top 10. That was
borderline top 10. I can never be real.
That's why I said no way.
That's the Kings or the Lakers because obviously it's a bias.
Saying top 20, I don't agree with, but I can say
he think he closer to 15.
Top 10.
SB think he closer to 15 than he is to 20.
He thinks he's closer to 10 than he is to 15.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm sorry. I think besides, like, you can't tell me the body of work he put in. The Kings had one of the most historical offenses of all time, and he was a key part of that offense. Led the league in double-doubles, led the league in rebounds. He was a key facilitator on that team, and they ran through him.
Facilitator.
He averaged 8 assists. SB. He averaged 8 assists.
Is he the Kings' best player?
Y'all be going crazy.
SB. He averaged 8 assists. SB averaged 8 assists while he averaged 13 rebounds and 19 points.
Hey, and one more thing. Hold on, right quick, chill. And one more thing too. Obviously, y'all know who led the league in triple doubles.
Okay.
Obviously.
So
guess who was second in the NBA in triple doubles? Over Luka, over
whoever, and he was
over
James
Harden, over Giannis,
right? I can get with that.
Westbrook.
So if we doing that, that means is De'Aaron Fox closer to 10 than he is to 15 because he was the best player on that team.
That's all. I don't think the even the best player on the Kings.
De'Aaron had a real case. Now, obviously, not a case like he was going to get it. He should have got some MVP votes. De'Aaron should have got some MVP votes, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Sabonis to me is not even the best player on the Kings. It's close, but
what's that mean? Just because you're not the best player on the Kings don't mean you're not top 20. Because De'Aaron's
right. Y'all tell me LeBron and AD top 10 all the time, and they don't
talk about Shiloh. Are you saying no? Hold on. You hold on. Are you saying that De'Aaron's not top 20, Shiloh?
I didn't say that. Okay, listen. I said I don't.
Say it. Is De'Aaron top 20 or not?
Let me say it. No, I don't think so. But again, I'm like, to me, that isn't egregious. Me saying this is him saying that he's closest to top 10 is what I'm saying all this now because I didn't hear that part.
Who you talking about, De'Aaron?
No, Sabonis.
Talking about Sabonis.
Top 20, I don't agree, but I'm not going to say, he's not.
Well, Shiloh, the other thing you got to remember is most cats didn't start watching the Kings until February, so they don't know nothing about what the Kings was doing until then. You know what I'm saying? I was watching all season.
I just don't think we got LeBron and AD rank. You think they was top 10 players?
AD closer to the top 10 than Sabonis is. LeBron top 10 now.
Okay.
But
Sabonis not top 10, bro. Sabonis not top 10.
No, he's not top 10.
No, but he said he's close to top 10. I feel like AD is closer
like 15,
to top 10 than Sabonis. I don't.
How are they dollar store Jokic and Murray when De'Aaron's better than Jamal? People in the chat don't know what they talking about.
All right, y'all. We're gonna keep it push. Or no. Wait. So we talked about Sabonis. We talked about Desmond Bane. But Mars, I wanted to hear how you felt about Desmond Bane.
I ain't paying him that much money, but it's not coming out of my pocket. And Memphis want to keep the core of John Morant, Jaren Jackson, and Desmond Bane together. So I get it from their perspective because you're not really going to get free agents to come to Memphis. So you have to keep who you've got. And I guess, what does that add up to? Like 40 something a year?
Yes.
Right? I wouldn't pay that, but they want to keep him. That's probably the best way they have of keeping him. So they're probably going to have to pay over to do that. But I'm not paying any of these guys. Like, I'm not paying Anthony Edwards 52 million a year. I'm not doing that. But that's the market of the NBA right now. Players are getting more money than ever. So congratulations to them. Generational wealth. I applaud it. And it's not coming out of my pocket. But if it was, I wouldn't be paying these guys that type of money.
Fair enough. Well, sticking with Memphis, we were just talking about them keeping their core intact, their core big three, but they also made some other splashes as well. So I kind of want to grade their offseason up to this point. They signed Derrick Rose, and obviously they made the Marcus Smart trade. How does this impact them? Now they lost Dillon Brooks, but do you guys like what they got going on?
They lost Tyus Jones too.
They did lose Tyus.
But I feel like D-Rose is a veteran that the Memphis needed. Because I feel like they didn't really have no voice in the locker room that was well respected to the younger players. I feel like Derrick Rose is a veteran, especially for Marcus Smart, John Morant. Oh yeah, Marcus Smart too. Yeah, you're right. Yep. I feel like both of them is a good voice. Like they were just a young team doing whatever they wanted, and they got two veterans who could kind of calm them down, let them know the ropes, how the league works. And like I said, for John Morant especially, I feel like Derrick Rose is somebody who he will listen to. If Derrick Rose speaks, he will listen. So,
hey, Charlotte, can D Rose still play though? I know your argument was more like a locker room argument. I'm with you on that too. I'm just curious. You think D Rose can still play a little bit?
No, meaningful minutes, no, because the Memphis is contending. So him, like, I don't see him playing backup PG for them really. I just see him. I see him solely as a locker room signing, not a basketball signing at all. So not really, no.
So a lot of people will see this signing and immediately say that they're taking the locker room away from Ja. Well, what they're trying to do is they're trying to save him so they can get a return on their investment. And a guy like Marcus Smart, who is a vet, and a guy like Derrick Rose, who is also a vet, because there needs to be adults in the room. One of the things I always harp on is your team is a reflection of your leader. And what was their leader? Their leader was a dude who was a lot of yapping and a lot of empty promises. And that's what their team was. We have I'm fine in the West. We have Desmond Bane telling us that he's guaranteeing you a Game 7 win. There was nothing to ever suggest that he could say I'm guaranteeing you a Game 7 win if we get back, because they had never been in any situation like that. But they're getting that from their leader. And it just blew up in their face. So now you get guys like Marcus Smart. You get guys like Derrick Rose who are pros. Nobody was really able to teach Ja Morant how to be a pro. Automatically, you think that Ja Morant being a great basketball player makes him a pro. There's so many more things that go into being a professional. And Ja Morant now having Marcus Smart on that team, now having Derrick Rose on that team, seeing these guys as role models is going to teach him how to be a better pro and help Memphis get a return on their investment.
We still turn on a investment. You mean like when they eventually trade y'all?
Not even when they trade him, my man. What happened? What's going on the first 25 games of this season?
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay.
So he's about to be out. He's on his way out the league. That's going to be a complete wash on our investment. So we got to hold on to this thing as much as we possibly can.
I sure hope it works out. I hope
that's why they brought him in here.
Do you guys think that Memphis struggles to find somebody to replace what Dillon Brooks brought to the table?
I don't think they're gonna need to do that, Ron. And the reason why is because they're getting Steven Adams back, they're getting Brandon Clark back, right? Plus we're having Triple J, right? So now you got Marcus Smart and with Ja on that crew. So and Desmond Bane being able to shoot the basketball. I think this unit now with the vets that they have, I don't think that they're gonna miss that defense in that 16 a game as much as if they didn't have these vets on the crew. I don't think that they're going to struggle nearly as much. I think they're going to be a calmer unit. I think they're going to be a more mature unit more than anything.
Okay.
And Smart's a better shooter.
I know that sounds nuts, but it's true.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Miami. They lost some people and they gained some people. We do know that Gabe Vincent's gone. We do know that Max Strus is gone.
I don't like it, Rob. I don't.
They were able to bring in Thomas Bryant. They re-signed Kevin Love, and they got Josh Richardson. But chill, why don't you like it?
I don't like it. The reason why I don't like it is because We've talked about this countless times. The Golden State Warriors, the Denver Nuggets, the Boston Celtics. The reason why these teams is at the top of the league is because they got continuity. These groups have been together for a while. This Miami Heat team, they building something. So Gabe Vincent, Max Strus. Don't get me wrong. Max Strus could shoot you out of a game, but he could also shoot you into a game too. And they were developing these guys, and to let these guys walk out the front door like that for almost nothing, like to let Gabe Vincent walk for nothing, to let Max Strus walk for nothing. I got a problem with that, man, because now it's going to be real difficult to replace those guys. Josh Richardson, who was down in San Antonio, he wasn't really doing much, right? And now he's going to come back to this. Now he's going to come back to this Miami Heat team, and now he's got to make up for what Max Strus was doing. And I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, considering what he was doing on a lesser team in San Antonio. So I don't hate. I don't like it. I don't.
Josh Richardson did have his best years on the Heat.
He did, but he was on him having his best years on the Heat. He was on different units, though. This was a completely different team that he was on.
I still think Josh Richardson's better than Max Strus, though.
Maybe that may very well be true, Big Ox. But him coming back to this crew and him having to get integrated. The reason why Max Strus was on this crew, why he was so good on this crew, was because how long he was on the crew, how they implemented his game on this crew, as opposed to now you implementing a new guy in Josh Richardson, and it's not just going to be a guy who I got to learn your nuances. I got to learn where you like the basketball. I got to now get you involved in the offense. You as a defender, we got to work off of that. Now they might be familiar with him, but they was familiar with him with the unit he was on in the past. This is a completely different unit, and he's not one of those guys that you could just plug in. The reason why I know that is because when he was down in San Antonio, that's what it was. That's what it wasn't.
I think it's easier to plug into a team that's a little better though, and you already know. Like I think the Heat are a little better than that San Antonio team. I think he might be able to fill in a little easier. Also, I do think Thomas Bryant is an upgrade on what they can do offensively, as opposed to Zeller.
Hey, Ox, if he doesn't play this season more, I might be out on Thomas Bryant.
Yeah, but if he doesn't get the minutes, I can't say I'm out on him, but if he gets the minutes and just doesn't produce, then I'm with you.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem, Big Ox. So he went to Denver to get more burn, right? So, and that didn't work. So now he goes down to Miami. He still ain't gonna get burned.
I think he will. I think he'll play. I think he'll play. Anywhere from 12 to 17 a game. I'm not sure exactly what Coach Spoelstra's going to do, but I'm
12 to 17 minutes ain't enough. He got to play more than
20, 21, 22. Like,
that's too much for time. That's too much for Thomas Bryant.
I don't think it's too much. I just wasn't sure because they got Kevin Love. They got Bam, and Bam's going to get a lot of minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I think 20 minutes is too much.
You think
I think Thomas can play 20 minutes though. I'm not down on Thomas Bryant. I like Thomas Bryant. I wish he was a little better on the defensive end. A little better on the defensive end, but I like Thomas though.
Can Spo consistently play him and Bam together, and with him and Kevin Love?
Yeah, for sure.
He can stretch the defense. He can shoot the long ball. He can stretch the defense.
I think you should try that.
Yeah, him and Bam together.
And Bam can play his natural position sometimes too.
Yeah,
but I'm with chill. But the moves that they're making, I hope they get Dame. Like I feel like they need Dame now because they're losing so much big pieces like Gabe and Max Strus. I feel like they need a Damian Lillard now. If they don't get Dame back, they're losing people who've been on the team, like Chill said, who knows the system and is bringing in new players and not really replacing them. To me, like with players as good as them, it's going to be a big loss for them. So I feel like with the moves they make, they're really banking on getting Dame.
All right, fellas. We're going to transition into the super chats at this moment in time. Chill, you got it. You good?
No, keep going. I got a couple more minutes.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Okay, never mind. I was just gonna say because on the moves though, I do want to say real quick. I think the Cavs came up by actually getting Max Strus and George Niang too.
Yeah, that was a good pick up.
And we're gonna pretty soon here. We're gonna go through all 30 teams. We're gonna dedicate a team per episode, and we're gonna talk about their roster through and through. Talk about their coaching staff. Talk about what we think that they can do or what we think that they won't do.
Hit me up for the Bulls episode. I got you.
Sure, I got you.
You know he's showing up for that.
And the Lakers will not be there.
No. That's what I was just about to say, Charlo. I think we covered the Lakers enough today. I think we can skip the Lakers episode. We can skip that episode.
Don't call me for the Hornets one. I don't want to spend the hour talking about the Hornets.
I think we covered the Lakers enough today.
Lakers enough.
All right, and then the Houston Rockets episode, they'll just talk about them on Open Gym, so we won't have to worry about that on here.
Yeah, I don't.
That was great.
But all right, let's go ahead and get into it right from the top. Pimp named Slipback said Ticket did a great breakdown video explaining Dame's failures in the postseason. We really got to start holding this dude accountable. He's not that guy.
The only thing with that is I feel like Ticket was put all the blame on Dame. I feel like Dame did have some bad playoff series, but I feel like it goes both ways. The team didn't put a decent enough team around him at the same time. So I just feel like he harped too much on the Dame without also giving blame to the Portland Trailblazers. Same people like CJ McCollum and Batum, they're not good enough players to be a championship caliber team. So it goes both ways to me.
Jay with the super chat said, RIP Twitter, by the way, y'all. It was a good run.
What's going on with Twitter?
Yes.
There's a limit to how many tweets you can look at in a day.
Unless you get this,
you can look at
your blue check subscription.
I think you're capped to like 800 tweets or something.
So if you're not a subscriber, it's 600 tweets, and then if you subscribe to Twitter Blue, I think it's like it doubles. I think maybe 1,200. But basically, it's the limit now. So basically, you gotta subscribe to see more tweets.
Hey, that's a lot. 600 is a lot of tweets, though.
It is, yo.
But you know what it is, though? It sounds like a lot, but say you like go on a post, right, and read the comments. Every comment under that post, that's a tweet.
That's a count.
So
if you look at stuff, not even just tweeting, if you look at stuff.
You're looking at, so even comments are tweets technically too. So like replies. So that's
Here's a suggestion, y'all. Stop reading Twitter comments and read a book.
I agree. Go outside. Touch some grass.
No, Ox, what is that book about?
Viola Davis.
Y'all, hey, no, I'm gonna press you the same way you press Sticky.
I'm gonna tell you.
What the hell is that book about?
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah,
this is a book about Viola Davis. It's by Viola Davis. It's about her life, and I didn't know she grew up this rough. Right now, I'm at the point where she's at Juilliard right now. I suggest y'all pick this up. Y'all,
I might have to go see that. Yeah, I might have to go check that out. Viola Davis.
Viola Davis came up real rough. I didn't know that.
Next week, when you finish the book, we're gonna do a book report. All right.
I'll probably finish it today.
Or next week or next year.
Whenever you're ready, Ryan.
All right, bet. All right. Well, super.
162.
Okay, in the middle.
That sounds like he halfway through the book. That sounds like he halfway through the book. All right, I'm good.
People like reading up books, but then they're on page 2 or 3, and they say they're reading the book.
I'll read books.
They try to press Ox, make sure you reading the book for real.
I read.
All right, Will with the super chat said, top 15 all-time relative ORTGs. Offensive ratings that won. Bulls 92, 96, 97, and Lakers in 87. Jazz 97, 98, number 16 and number 4. How come their offensive ratings aren't better in the duo's peak, 90 through 95?
Because their power forward became a better playmaker out the post in the later years, and they stopped just letting their point guard just stand at the top of the key and throw passes off pin downs, and they went to a more offense that was predicated around post entry, and they played more through their power forward. So when John Stockton got worse, their team's offense actually got better, in my opinion.
And it also expanded their offense too, because they used to, before then, they ran a lot of UCLA cuts. They ran a lot of action off the basketball. Now, the fact that they're power forward, now the fact that Malone got better, they was able to implement him even more into that.
Keeping it moving. DK, that boy said, Lickett need to stop capping. Let's keep it a buck. Portland dropped the ball.
Two things can be true.
Like we just argue both.
I think we got to get to the bottom of that more than anything, Shiloh. Like we get on here and we argue a lot, but I think the point that we miss more than anything is two things can be true.
Can be true. Yeah. So I feel like that argument was going nowhere. I'm like, Ticket had some points. Everyone else was against Ticket had some points. Is two things could be true, and that's okay.
As I say, we try to make something complicated. It's a simple equation. 1 + 1. Y'all trying to add all these.
It doesn't always have to be a winner in an argument. Like no one has to win. Both could be right.
I just make better points than you. That's all.
I see that. I feel that.
All About the Waves said Dame is trash past the first round. Look at performances and stats.
Well, it's difficult when, in the first round against Oklahoma City, you're averaging 34 a game. And then the next round, you're averaging 25 a game against Denver.
The same could be – because that's like you pretty much saying like what we seen this year. Jimmy Butler was outstanding in the first round.
Right. He didn't do anything else after that. He averaged 37, almost 38 a game against Milwaukee. And then he was pedestrian
Yeah, but we ain't gonna talk about it because he went to the finals. He didn't get kicked out.
I guess Boston, he did pretty good. I feel like
he was on
like, I think he was like 26 a game.
I mean, the first couple games,
like
and then I don't know what happened after they got
just the finals. Hey, I don't know what happened in the finals.
They won supposed to be.
What happened in the finals? They ran up on a better team. That's what happened in the finals.
Quay White said, I don't know if y'all talked or are gonna talk about it, but Marcus Smart was traded in his sleep after being told he wasn't gonna be traded. But Ticket expects motherfuckers to be loyal to these franchises. Goofy logic.
Business of basketball.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Though, like we harp too much on the players and don't give the organizations enough slack. I mean, enough critique as well. Because that's crazy. Boston has a history of doing things like that to players. To tell him that he's not getting traded and the trade him right now.
But hold on though. So it's their fault. Marcus Smart was asleep.
not even that point, but to tell him that he's not that he's
like,
safe.
What are they supposed to do? Be like, wait a second, I can't make this trade. Give me a couple hours. Let me wake up Marcus.
Let's call him first. Yeah, but
it's not about waking him up more than it is your word. I mean, Jerry told him.
But they were trying. No, go ahead, Chitan. Go ahead.
Jerry told DeMar DeRozan he wasn't getting traded. Next, I think it was like 3 days later, he got traded for Kawhi Leonard.
I mean,
you get a chance to get traded. Told him he wasn't getting traded. I mean, your word is. I understand what business is, right? I understand what business is, but also in business, we also have what's called a gentleman's handshake. We also have your word. So when you tell me something, I believe it. Now, don't get me wrong. In business, unless it's on paper, it doesn't matter. But when you tell me something and you give me your word as a man, I expect that.
Well, this is the difference to me right here. This is the difference, though. It's like this.
Yep.
So if we're talking business, like boardroom, we're talking business. If I crawfish on a deal, that's gonna mess up the money. In the NBA, if I trade you, you're still in the contract. I'm not messing with your money. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference to me. So if I especially look, now that was cold how they did DeMar DeRozan. But if I'm getting Kawhi Leonard, bro, you gotta go.
It's hard not to. Don't get me wrong.
Even though you Jerry, you just told DeMar DeRozan because probably when he told him that the Kawhi Leonard trade went on the table. So now you told him that, right? Now you're in a position, Jerry. You don't make that trade because you told him a week ago you want to go trade.
You make it.
So you got to.
Let DeMar DeRozan know. Tell DeMar, but tell DeMar, listen. We're not trading you unless we get a player of this caliber.
This is my thing. You can't have it both ways, bro. You know what you're doing. This is basketball. It's a business. You know you're gonna get traded. If you're gonna be sensitive about it, that's on you. My thing with Boston also is I want to cut them a little slack because I believe they were trying to trade Malcolm Brogdon first, right?
Yep.
They didn't have no intention on trading Marcus Smart, but it came down to we need Kristaps Porzingis. Marcus, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? You sleep right now. You should have taken that earlier and stayed up and just been paid attention to what's going on. If the issue is that you were sleeping, we traded you, bro.
Because this deal getting done. This deal is getting done tonight. Whether it's 2 o'clock in the morning, we getting this deal done. So
he went to a good spot for him though, for sure.
He did, and it's a cutthroat business. If you ask me, I think once again, I think we get caught up in the fact that this is show business, bro. Like it's
gotta go on. They traded him to the Rockets or something. He went to the Grizzlies. No offense, Mars. He didn't trade. He got traded to like the Rockets. He went to the Grizzlies, competitive team.
Hey, the show must go on, y'all. Y'all know how it go.
It does.
You're right.
All right, fellas. DK, that boy said, "Look at everybody's face when Ticket's cooking."
I don't know.
Is that a good or a bad?
I think the quotes on.
I'm just listening.
City S said Ticket need to stop capping for billionaires.
Thanks.
I just feel like give the same energies to both the players and the GM. That's just the only way.
Yeah.
Bro, like I said earlier, bro, I shouldn't have to suffer for the majority of my career in order for my career to be worth something.
I agree with that.
I mean, they did rank him top 75, so he getting praised.
Yeah, they gave him, and he ain't even deserve that. With all the respect to Dame Dollar, you know what I'm saying? He a baller, but he ain't top 75 though.
Speaking of Creflo, Dropping Dime said, "Poor Dame, he has to suffer making $60 million."
Oh man, take that 60 mil to South Beach. He gonna be enjoying himself.
Dropping dimes with another super chat says, what does low post scoring have to do with Dame shooting 35% in 16, 18, and 19? Also, Chilltown in 2016, Curry played one game versus Portland. No excuses.
What does low post scoring have to do with Dame scoring 35%? Well, if I got a guy who could score in the post, that means that the shots that I'm missing, they're a lot easier, as opposed to the contested shots that I have to take because I don't have a guy in the post that I can go to. That's what that has to do with.
I'm pretty sure Steph played 2 games, but I don't think that's really important.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he played 2.
And on top of that, even if Steph only played 1 game, that doesn't matter to me because I already felt like Steph Curry was better than Damian Lillard anyway. So if he only played 1 game or if he played 3 games, I felt like he was better than Damian Lillard anyway. So
Last Hulu said ticket makes no sense. He said that about Paul George because after Dame knocked them out the playoffs, he behind the scenes conspired with Kawhi to team up. Then in the bubble, made fun of Dame losing.
He didn't conspire with Kawhi. Kawhi called him and asked if he wanted to trade after Jimmy Butler and KD.
If you force a trade, to the Clippers, I'm going to the Clippers. He said that was the deal.
After Kawhi had already asked KD and Jimmy Butler before Paul George.
And Jimmy Butler said nope.
And Russ. Didn't he ask Russ too? Or
he might have. I don't know. I know KD and Jimmy
I do know Jimmy Butler.
KD and Kawhi
wanted nothing. Jimmy Butler didn't want anything to do with it. He was good.
Crazy story. KD and Kawhi on the same team.
Mars, I got a couple super chats pertaining to you. Marquivian Black wants to know if you want to have a conversation ASAP about Jalen Green and Pound Town or something. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Well, technically, Josh Christopher got took to Pound Town.
So you cool because your guy was doing the pounding?
I'm cool with it because I don't care.
What do the young guys say? Pause.
Yeah.
Pause. Hey, yo, you guys know it's two videos, right? It's the second one that came out too.
I didn't even look, bro. I don't even want to see
the second one was Jalen Green had Josh Christopher.
In the words of Mars, ay.
Almighty Lambo with another super chat. He said JJ Barea was in the league for 5 years. Their ticket go Lion again. And name a championship team that without their best player would win.
That's funny because I know he heard me say that and then instantly went to the super chat when all he had to do was listen to the next 6 words where I said replace Dirk with anyone else, they don't win. Like all he had to do was listen to that bit, but his brain had already got to the point. He's like, "Oh, I got you, Mars. I got you. You're El Mars." Like all he had to do is listen to the next sentence, and that wouldn't have been said. But it made $75. So thank you.
That's the majority of these people, though, Mars. When they hear you say something, that's it. They turn their ears off to the rest of it, and then I got you, chill. Not even listening to it. So
yeah, that's just funny because
Mars did what that was. Didn't Ticket? I saw Ticket was like, oh, he said that the Mavs weren't a championship caliber team. That was my whole thing. They weren't their favorites, or I'm gonna say no one's seen them win the championship, but to say that there wasn't a championship caliber team to me was
the Lakers.
Was my great.
You had the Lakers at that point in time too. That was great.
Yeah, the Lakers was to win the championship.
Lakers were over them.
They just won the NBA championship the year before for the second time.
They weren't their favorites whatsoever. To me,
that was
like
not
top 3 favorites. No, but I thought him saying it wasn't a championship caliber team. I feel like they definitely were. They were the 3rd seed, 2nd seed in the West.
They was tied for the 2nd seed in the West.
Mm-hmm. So to me, there was a championship caliber team for sure. Mm-hmm. The favorites, no. Top 3 favorites, no. But championship caliber team, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. Speaking of people saying they got you and us catching people in bad situations or whatnot, Chill. I think we got proof that you aren't who you say you are. Now, your name says Jermaine Chilltown Hoops Womack, but somebody seems to think that you're somebody else. Luze 50 said you never seen Chill and James Posey in the same room.
That has died. I saw that when it popped up.
Chilltown. I'm skeptical right now. I don't know.
Look, just like I saw that when it popped up. I was cracking up, man. I'm sorry, Chair. You do come on. You do kind of resemble James Posey. Man.
First of all, I do. First of all, I'm better looking than James Posey, so we'll start the conversation. Start and stop the conversation there. That's number one. So, and he a cool dude too. I met James Posey. He's a really cool dude.
Have you met him?
Yeah, it was all
he looked in the mirror and said he met you.
Hey, you are a good person.
he was on that Heat team when they won.
He was on that Heat team. He was.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't.
Y'all remember Miami, Chill?
Say it again.
Ain't you in Miami, right? Or you in Florida?
I'm in South Florida. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on that Heat team when they won the championship in 06. Real cool dude.
Players we don't talk about. Remember, we've got a couple tweets of players we don't talk about. James Posey is one of those guys. Like, obviously, was never an all-star, was never a superstar. But James Posey, he was a very good player on a lot of very good teams.
It was on the championship team twice in 3 years. He was on that Celtics team in 08 when they won it too.
So you gonna have to, one of these days, you're going to have to bring your championship rings up here.
There we go.
How was the food in Boston?
How was it guarding Kobe Bryant? Was that hard for you?
Yes, very difficult. Very difficult. Yes.
Shiloh, you know, Chilton actually did guard Kobe Bryant.
Oh yeah, I've heard that story too. Yeah, that was.
Which is funny too, because I hear a lot of people saying stuff to me like, that's why he's not in your top 10. So a meaningless one-on-one game against a 19-year-old kid 25 plus years ago, and he beat me. Makes me go, all right, this dude ain't a top 10 player.
Like I said, they're holding on to that. Like,
yeah, I'm holding on to that.
One of these days, I'm gonna get him back.
That's what it is, right? I'm goofy as that.
This your get back. This your
Give
get
me a
back.
break, man. I'm saying. So, I'm sorry as you were, Ron, because I got a couple more minutes and I got to bounce.
King Shada 442 says, shout out to Shiloh for taking Mars out of ticket scope. Also, what are the best teams for each decade of the NBA's existence? For example, I believe the best team in the 2010s was the 2014 Spurs. I'm gonna go through each decade and I'm gonna ask one of you guys,
Warriors, 2017.
Who was the best in that decade? So, Mars, I'm gonna start with you. Who was the best team in the 70s?
Oh, so we just ignore the 60s and 50s and 40s. That's crazy. The 70s.
Oof, that's a hard one.
It's one of those early set. I'll go with the 71 Bucks. Why not? I'll go with the 71 Bucks.
I can get with that. I can definitely.
That's a good one. Chill. I'm gonna ask you the 80s. Who was the best team in the 80s?
The 87 Lakers.
Okay. SB. Who was the best team in the 90s?
Besides the Bulls.
Look. There you got to.
That's so easy. Best team.
I like the setup. I knew you set that one up. I knew it was coming to Bulls.
Which one? Which Bulls?
Yeah, what year?
72 and 10. Respectfully, 72 and 10.
Okay.
I still think that.
I think 92, 93.
Yeah, 92 was ridiculous.
I think
93.
91, 92, 91, 92.
I mean, all of it really was though. It's just.
I feel like the best Jordan was 92. That Suns. That's the year to play the Suns.
That's 93.
93.
You know what's crazy? Like
Shiloh,
you saying
that was the team we talking about.
Because I've heard Chill say that a couple times. The best version of Jordan was 92, and other people. I think the best version of Jordan's 88. But it just messes me up anytime somebody says the best version of Jordan, because I've never seen a bad version of Jordan, except excluding Wizards. I never every Jordan I've seen was like Jordan's.
It could still be a best of the best, like best of the best.
Just so you know, Ron, the 88 Jordan, the 89 Jordan was better than him.
Was he?
Yeah, he was actually better than him. Mm-hmm.
Damn, man, you're cooked. That's crazy.
88 probably 88.
That's the year. He should have won the league MVP that year, actually.
Yeah.
In 89.
No, Jordan was ridiculous from the jump.
Crazy.
Yeah, Jordan was all right.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was pretty good. But I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Yo, we getting to that point in the show. Y'all just start watching bottom middle. Start watching them. I'm telling you. It's coming.
You said who's the best team for the thousands, Ron?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty easy.
Kings,
for me.
right?
I knew it. I wanted the 2000. I was gonna say 01 Lakers.
You know, as much as I want to troll, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm good for it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it a buck and go with the 08 Celtics.
Wow. I knew he was going to say that.
I knew it.
I knew he was going to say that.
So it hurts.
Bad.
You can't say.
I know.
Say two things good about the Lakers.
That's two. That's one. That's one.
Two. Big Ox, you.
Big Ox.
He's giving you the two things.
There you go, right there. Big Ox.
My mama told me you don't got nothing nice to say.
Don't say nothing at all.
I respect it. I respect it.
Okay.
Hey, quick question though. Is it a series? The 08 Celtics versus the 01 Lakers?
Nope.
No.
It's not.
They smoked the Celtics.
Doc Rivers is coaching. What are you talking about?
They smoked them. I don't think they beat the Celtics. They smoked them dudes.
Yeah.
What, in like 5? 4?
Something like that.
6.
Okay.
It's just Shaq. Shaq is the who's guarding Shaq?
Can you imagine Kendrick Perkins having to deal with Shaq?
Oh, that's my barbecue chicken.
I believe in him.
Good luck.
And then 2010s, I would say 2017 Warriors. That's easy.
Okay.
Ron, who the best team in the 2020s?
I was thinking
so far.
Heat.
23 Kings.
He's gonna say the $21.
Mars already knows exactly what I'm going with this. I personally think $21 so far in this decade. That's the best team.
I think that's right. I think that's right. 20.
That was the only team in this decade that I was thinking like they could run off a few. I haven't really seen I wasn't sure if the Lakers could win it back, even if Anthony Davis was healthy. I wasn't sure if they could do it back to back. Like I saw the Bucks, I'm like, yo, these dudes I think they're gonna be around for a while.
I think Denver could, man. Don't sleep on Denver. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Early projections. I got a Nuggets Bucks finals coming.
Of course.
Early on. Obviously, we got a lot. We got a lot that we gotta. Free agency's not over yet. It's still gonna be some trades and whatnot. But
you said you got Nuggets
bold
Bucks?
prediction right now. Yeah.
It's Phoenix, Boston. Phoenix, Boston.
Oh my god. The answer for the 60s
time, Ron. I gotta bounce.
67,
All right, chill.
Fellas, tomorrow. Out.
Yes, sir.
All right, OG.
Yeah, bro. It's Boston Phoenix for sure. I'll stamp that.
The answer for the 60s is the 67 76ers. Just so everyone knows.
Yeah, I don't even know. I wouldn't know. I'm happy you didn't ask me about 60.
You a team.
Like, oh, Bobby Casual. Yeah, I am. Yes.
If you don't know, who was the starter on the Hawks in '62. You were casual. I'm just like, y'all got it.
Respect the 62 Hawks.
Pimp named Slickback said Dame said he only wants to go to Miami. If he wanted to go to a meaningful game, I'm assuming he meant team. He would have given a long list of teams. So that argument is false.
Because he can't, because they know they're gonna cook him from the point of all the stuff he's been talking. That's the problem with Dan. It's only because he was talking like crazy about it and pointing the fingers. He was like the advocate for not stacking the deck, not going to super teams. That's the only problem, because we all agree he should have left Portland. He should have been left Portland. But once you are an advocate for something, you got to stand on it. So now make him look crazy. So,
but I mean, but because he made 2 statements, maybe 3 statements max.
No,
he's all of a sudden he's an advocate. Because he praised Giannis for holding it down and staying in Milwaukee. It's not like the thing about that is Milwaukee brought Giannis Drew Holiday to pair with him and Chris Middleton. What did the Blazers do for Dame to where Dame is expected to just sit around?
I agree with you on that. That's the point I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword. We both agree, but the whole point is he calling people chumps saying they're running from the ground, and you literally finna do the same thing. Because that, like, you can't say like, because that, like, true, the grass might not be green on the other side wherever you go, but you go into Miami, that's the team that just made the finals, they're trying to compete, so you're literally doing the same thing that you contradicting yourself.
Let me add a little context to it though. Yeah. We can all agree that the Heat weren't the best team in the East this year, right? We can agree that an unfortunate what happened, unfortunately the way he landed on his back kind of threw Milwaukee off of there. We can agree that it's not like come on, like if Giannis didn't get hurt first round and the Heat go out in the first round, are we still having this conversation?
I still think it'll be a conversation to the extent of because what Dame was saying, but no. But it won't be as to the extent bad because they made the finals. But
all right, that's all I'm saying. I don't believe that. I understand.
Because both sides is right.
Neil with the super chat said, I respect PC to the fullest, but the name calling is crazy. Let's talk ball. But if y'all let Ticket call you that, then hey.
I
don't care enough.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Dive through the team?
Get mad? No, don't call me. Yeah,
he just the catchphrase. Tiggy be WWE with the takes. He the catchphrase king. That's all it is. So he bring the entertainment with it. That's his entertainment factor, bro.
We got to start.
My fault.
We got a start bench cut from Robert Carr. Mitch Rich, Klay Thompson, Danny Granger in their prime. Who you guys starting? Who you guys benching? Who you guys cutting?
Well, Klay starting for sure.
Can you put it up again? It's Mitch, Rich.
I think I'll start Klay, bench Mitch, cut Danny.
Yeah. I agree with Ox on them too. Yeah. Klay starting for sure. For sure starting.
Shout out Danny Granger.
DK, that boy wanted to know if there was any topics today. Well, I mean, if you watch the episode, you'll see. Appreciate you. D. Tucker said Chris Bosh was a 5-time All-Star before Miami. Ticket just be capping. Stat Patford said Jalen Green, yellow. Yeah, all right. See what's going on there.
It's the gay flag.
Yeah.
For anyone who didn't get the joke. So.
Oh yeah, Morris.
DSG Piccolo said Jalen Green a freaky frog. Big Tony wants Mars to tell Jalen Green to keep his hands to himself.
No.
Shallow, earlier you made points about the Rockets signing players to fill holes. And Malijah Earl said, who fills more holes, Dillon Brooks or Jalen Green?
No comment.
Dropping Dime said Rockets are going to win 20 to 25 games max. The fuck
somebody said Rockets chasing the AC was crazy to me.
Yeah, I don't know about
Okay, haters gonna hate.
They're not better.
They're gonna be in the play.
You don't need to hear all the teams that are better than us. Just keep hating.
SB, they're gonna be in
Jazz.
They're gonna be in the play.
The Jazz are better than them. Yeah, the Jazz are better than the
better
Rockets.
than them.
Yes, definitely. I agree with that too. The Rockets are
y'all remember?
They gonna be better than the Spurs, Mars?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better than the Spurs.
I think they're
it's fine.
That's it.
Just watch us.
That's it.
That's fine.
I think they're around the range with the Spurs.
Hey, SB, y'all remember this
stay
episode? Remember I told y'all the Rockets are gonna be 7, 8, 9, 10.
I will pull up to the graveyard shift with a shovel and thank you, man. I'll be like,
man.
No doubt.
Oscar Proud Jr. said ticket back with the ghost stats. CB, Chris Bosh went to 5 All-Star games before Miami. Bam has 2 in total. Stop the cap. Another start bitch cut from Eli the Misfit. And Kyrie, SGA. Please, I hope all is well.
SGA, Kyrie.
Right now?
SGA, Kyrie, and... No.
Right now?
I'm going Ant and SGA and cut Kyrie.
I'm going SGA Ant and I'm cutting Kyrie.
I don't want to participate in this one.
It's tough though, but it is tough.
I got all 3 of them right there. Honestly, I damn near want to say,
I'm taking 8.
I'm gonna start Kyrie. If we just got to play one game, and we not talking about who we got for the whole franchise. If I'm coaching, look, you got these 3: start one, bench one, cut one.
Yeah,
Kyrie starting.
It was close to me between Kyrie and SGA.
Kyrie starting. I think. Damn, I like Ant a lot though.
If it's for your franchise, I'm going to what I said. But one game for your life, and I agree with that. Like Kyrie got to play.
Yeah, one game for your life, Kyrie. I need 48 minutes out of you. Let's
go. One game. I might go with SGA though. Oh,
come on,
Kyrie, nah. Come on, it's just one game.
Crazy.
SGA the easiest one to cut in.
Whoa.
What SGA averaged this year? He averaged 30, right?
I don't know what he averaged.
I think it was 30.
Look, if he averaged 30, that means he was a guaranteed 30.
What Kyrie averaged? 27?
I think so. 27 sounds about right.
On the down year,
and it was probably like 25, 24.
This is a down year for Kyrie too, with all that going on.
Okay, I don't know. I could get behind you cutting Ant though. Like, I could get behind it, but I'm
starting Ant. I'm starting Ant personally.
Gone with me.
Ant is gone, but it's not because I think he's bad. I just of those 3. I mean,
I like Ant. I feel like Ant's a better defender than both of them too.
He is, but he's also the worst playmaker by a wide margin.
Drink More Water said one common theme around the NBA in this free agency are those contracts between 14 to 18 million that were once used for trade filler are now being used as cap filler. Harris, Oladipo, Mills, Morris, Collins, Bertans.
CBA, the money's going up.
Yeah. And it ain't finna be that much movement as it is. I think the league just preparing for the expansion for these new teams. That's why they're trying to make everybody keep players that they have. So
expansion where?
Maybe Vegas,
Seattle,
London.
Ain't nobody finna travel that far to play them games.
Hey, just make the 9-hour flight, man. Why not?
Seattle need a team, man.
Seattle and Vegas. I think Seattle for Vegas is sure gonna be the two teams.
Man, Seattle. If Seattle wanted the team, they should.
All right, what happened?
I don't know. Bro, be tripping sometimes. It's Wi-Fi. You gotta pay his bill, y'all. Hey, y'all cash that Big Ox so he can pay for his Wi-Fi.
Hey, that $3, man. I'm making it stretch, man.
So, hey, my question is too though. What if you get Vegas and Seattle in the West? So, what team would y'all want to go from the West to the East? Then, one team.
Had to be Memphis.
I don't know the geography of that.
Is it Memphis? Memphis not even in the West.
It would have to be Memphis.
It would be Memphis.
Yeah.
If we go geographically out.
Memphis in the East would be stupid. I ain't gonna hold
you. I
Shit,
like
the East need Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Dropping Dime said the Celtics averaged 15 turnovers a game in the playoffs last year and 12 this year, sir. Maybe do your research, Grilltown, before you come at me, sucker.
Damn, did he just cook Showtime? That's crazy.
Damn, I should have read that when he was up here.
Oh, first.
Let's Debate Basketball said, Ox, when your team gets past the first round, then you can talk.
Facts.
Desto said, Ox hating because the Queens gave Sabonis 217 M's. LOL.
Well, I don't know. Since we ain't make it out the first round, can I respond to Desto or not?
No.
I'm not allowed to talk.
Nope. No allowed. Yeah, no.
Okay, cool.
Nicholas Arroyo said, huge fan, y'all, but Milwaukee has made 0 signings after Jay Crowder. Do y'all think they're going to make a big trade?
Nope.
They don't need to. They brought the same team back. They're good. Yeah. They're fine.
Jeremy Sanchez said, why is it that every superstar can be compensated, but when stars include going to Miami, it's a problem. We can't catch a break.
I don't know what he means.
I don't know.
Well, y'all had one situation where people complain about. Now y'all think everybody do that to the Heat. It was only with LeBron. Stop it, bro. I hate that, bro. I literally do. Yeah,
no, he fans have been getting on my nerves recently.
Nobody said nothing when y'all signed Hassan Whiteside. Nobody said anything. When y'all got Jimmy Butler, nobody said anything. Like, stop it.
Nicholas Arroyo just sent in another super chat. He said, do you think Dame will be requesting Miami if they didn't have a big run? Because he was talking about wanting to play next to Giannis a year ago.
I don't know.
They ain't no one go to no Milwaukee.
Didn't they just ask him, like, if you had to choose somebody to play with, who would you want to play with? And he said Giannis. He didn't say he wanted to go to the Bucks.
Yeah, he didn't want to go to the Bucks.
And Giannis said the same thing before 2 days. He said anybody he could pick.
Miami, Milwaukee. Miami, Milwaukee.
Bron said he wanted to play with Steph or something, right? Does that mean he's going to the Warriors or trying to get to the Warriors?
No.
Hey, if they draft Bronny,
we see a lot of quotes on Instagram and you know what I'm saying, like fake blog sites and gossip websites and shit. They act like that's facts.
Pimp named Slickback said FYF, I found Tickets channel because he was blasting the Nets front office for their treatment of Kyrie. To say he's siding with the front office is ignorant.
Yeah, that was weird.
The race thing, yeah.
DK that boy said hold on count is at 329.
I thought it was like
she should be a scorekeeper.
Jaden Lies said Mars. I appreciate you, Jaden Lies. Kid Trunk 44 says so LaMelo and Anthony Edwards doesn't deserve their contracts. If that's the case, how much should Jalen Green get paid if he's offered a new contract?
How much he should get paid is probably like 5 years, like 150. How much he will get is the max he's allowed to get.
You think
people were harping on that in the comments to Mars. I see what you're saying because you got to slightly overpay.
Like, I ain't paying someone 52 million to be a top 20 player in the league. I'm not doing that. I understand why they do it because the NBA pays people on potential. Cool. I'm saying I wouldn't.
No, that they're gonna slightly overpay to keep them. Like you said, no one's going to the Memphis, no one's going to Charlotte. So yes, as a business move, I gotta slightly overpay.
Like I said, I didn't understand it. I said I perfectly understand it. It makes sense. I just said I wouldn't do that. Like,
that's it. I see me, man.
Vignish D said Dame is really inconsistent. First option in the playoffs. No one talks about it because he rarely makes it that far. 3-point or layup, no mid-range.
James Harden.
That's basketball now.
Facts.
Marcus Moore with the last super chat of the day. Salute, fellas. Anthony Edwards just signed his rookie extension. Do you think he will be top 15 player by the end of the season?
Nope.
Not with Cat and Rudy Gobert on this team.
Exactly.
Cat
will be going soon.
I think they should have been there and start building around Anthony Edwards. But it's Minnesota we talking about. Do they do anything right?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. And on the way out, I'm just gonna leave everybody with this. And I'm gonna see you guys Friday, July 8th.
Also, my question is this too, Ron, about your thing. So this ain't family trivia night. So you're gonna give us a question and we're gonna debate the question, right?
Look. So I'm gonna have a couple questions in place already, but the chat's gonna be the ones asking the main questions. So
the last time the chat came up with questions, they didn't even make sense.
And so if it's not a good question, then we'll move on to a question that's a good question. We'll find a good topic for the two people to debate about. So for instance, if you happen to get put in this fryer, SB, we'll make sure that you guys have a good question to talk about or a good topic to debate.
Who's better, LeBron or Michael Jordan? Go.
Jordan.
Bill Russell.
All right, man. Y'all, it's been a good show.
SB, y'all finna get spanked, bro.
No, it's not. It's that sweet, bro. Why y'all think is that? Look, you get y'all to put me against Chill. I guess Ron ain't tell me we supposed to be going to FYF doing the debate. They pull up. So he got me against Chill. Now Chill, man, he calling me Sky and calling me. But it is what it is. Sometimes business is business, and you get that call, and you just got to take out the company. I got love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've been on y'all channel multiple times.
You ain't gonna have love for us after this?
Oh, no, it is. We doing it for good entertainment, but don't be mad. Make sure I still get the same love. I don't want to pull up to the graveyard ship after we beat y'all, and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, don't get picked no more, and I don't want to run. I want y'all.
Everybody's welcome to the graveyard ship,
because
brother. The
episode was all about free agency. Y'all want nobody lose their PC contract, get released, or do signing trades. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all to lose y'all contracts. We're going to do friendly competition, and y'all just going to lose.
Yo, SB basically insinuating that some of y'all might get cut after this is nuts. Hey, Shiloh, stay.
No love for no one. Now you're more fluent. You definitely gonna be more fluent after this.
That's fire. Shiloh, stay ready because you might
need a sub. They see like we might need a sub.
You might end up making an appearance. You never know. They're
gonna need as much help they can get, man.
I've been contract negotiations for the past couple weeks anyway, so you know what I'm saying.
They give you your max.
Hey, I'll get on my damn Lillard quick. They're gonna be like, Bob, you ain't even show up in the second round against FYF and them. Man, so what? Man, shit, give me my money.
Hey, don't try to use me for a contract. Hey, look, if y'all don't extend this contract, hey, look, I might be missing a couple questions.
Hey, SB, I'm saying, SB, we get messed up, bro. You can trade. You could go ahead and throw a couple. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got you on the back end.
So Shiloh, that's why I said be ready.
My phone is open. My phone is open.
Hey. Be smooth better than you anyway.
Oxys Max. Don't try to get Shiloh the vet minimum. Pay Oxys Max. Don't try to get Shiloh the vet minimum. Get Oxys Max, man.
All right, y'all.
Vet minimum.
I ain't even get my $10 back from that airplane Wi-Fi.
Y'all know where to find us tomorrow. Same time, same place. And we're going to have something good to talk about.
The face-off today, too, on FYF, too. I think we should have did that Friday a day before because, people can't, they got microwave masters nowadays. So I think doing it a day before would have been, like, they're epic. And it made it more sense to come in tomorrow so we get a preview from it, like, the day before that tomorrow everybody be ready, then they'll be talking about what happened. But I can't control that. I'm a hired gun here. So I
was scheduling. Why am I here?
You were saying something about L scheduling. All right, y'all. Well, see you at the same time. See you at the face-offs later. And on the way out, just make sure you're there July 8th.